बस कुछ ही देर में कोर्ट की कार्रवाई शुरू होने वाली है। जज साहब किसी भी समय आने वाले हैं, उन्हीं का इंतज़ार हो रहा है। जैसे ही जज साहब अपनी सीट पर आ जाएंगे, कोर्ट की कार्रवाई शुरू हो जाएगी। ये लाइव स्ट्रीम पटना हाई कोर्ट की है। हमारी लाइव स्ट्रीम का उद्देश्य आप लोगों को कानून और अदालत के प्रति जागरूक करना और उनकी बारीकियों को समझाना है। बस कुछ ही समय में जस्टिस अपनी सीट पर आ जाएंगे और कोर्ट की कार्यवाही शुरू हो जाएगी। किसी भी समय जज साहब आ जाएंगे। धन्यवाद दोस्तों, सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए, अपना कीमती समय देने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद। वीडियो को लाइक भी किया करें, साथ में अपने विचार कमेंट के ज़रिए साझा किया करें। दोस्तों, आपसे एक रिक्वेस्ट है, वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हो सके तो पूरी देखा करें। इससे आपको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, कोर्ट और कानून अदालत के बारे में जानकारी मिलती है। तो आप इन वीडियो से आप लाभ उठा सकते हैं। धन्यवाद हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। Thank you for subscribing. बस कुछ ही पल में कोर्ट की कार्यवाही शुरू हो जाएगी। जज साहब का इंतज़ार हो रहा है। जैसे ही जज साहब आ जाएंगे, कोर्ट की कार्यवाही शुरू हो जाएगी। जब तक कोर्ट की कार्यवाही शुरू नहीं होती, अगर आपकी इच्छा है तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं। कमेंट में अपने विचार साझा कर सकते हैं। ये पटना हाई कोर्ट की लाइव हो रही है। सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए धन्यवाद। कुछ ही समय में जज साहब आने वाले हैं। कोर्ट मास्टर आ गया है। Thank you for subscribe. धन्यवाद दोस्तों सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए। बस कुछ ही पलों में कोर्ट की कार्यवाही शुरू हो जाएगी। दोस्तों जज साहब अपनी सीट पर आ चुके हैं। ये डबल बेंच की आज कार्यवाही है। पटना हाई कोर्ट डबल बेंच कार्यवाही का आनंद लीजिए। धन्यवाद।
Getting a PDF of law. When did you file it? Targeted system. When did you file it? In 2018. Any time next week. 2019. My lord, may I need to mention item number 25, my lord. Yes. My lord, this case, my lord, may second of all, my lord. For the my lord, I don't. As break for item number 25, I as break for behalf of the petitioner re-notify और जो भी डेट इसका रखेंगे आपसे थर्सडे को रखेंगे 1 दिसंबर 2020 20 सीरियल जो है 5 तारीख को रख दिया जाए। साथ ही है will reject the application of you will not allow you prayer if you talk like this. जी ask for a week or 2 weeks. Don't give a date. As prayed for on behalf of the petitioner, re-notify after 2 weeks. 8th of December, 20 to 1 week, with consent. 22. 1 week time. Which case? 22, item number 22. 22 में 1 after 1 week. 1st of December, as prayed for the yes. Item 163, my lord. 163? My lord, this is miscellaneous appeal, my lord. Fixed for today, my lord. But it is listed in the. It may have next 2 weeks time kindly. It shall not be taken up. It is in the range of being taken up. Make a mention. We'll grant you mention. All right. Item number 18, my lord. 1 week time. 1/8. 1/8. 1 week. Yes. 1st of December. Lordship. Item number 34, lordship. In this case, one supplementary is required, lordship. 1 week time. 1 week. As straight. 1st of December. I am permitted to mention outside of the list, my lord. With regard to ECL, which has been filed in the year 2018-19, my lord. How many slips you are giving? 3 slips of my senior and Mr. M.P. Agarwal, my 2 slips myself, my lord. For January. Item number 3. What do you want? 1 day or? As 1 week. 1st of December. Lord, in the item of 174, this is miscellaneous appeal, Lord. I earlier mentioned of 1611, Lord. Lordship had directed to list this case today, Lord. Today is listed, but in bottom, Lord. Today we will not be able to hear. It will go on next Thursday. Time maybe उसको mix कर लीजिए. Make a mention on next Thursday. वो रहेगा ऊपर. All right. Lord, I give the slip like this. Lord, item number second. I seek 1 week time for filing rejoinder. Item number. Yes. All right. 1 week time for filing rejoinder. Counter has been filed. As paid for on behalf of the petitioner. Re-notify. So we declare returning the petition. 1st of December. Yes. CFO Mr. Vijayanand. In this case, may I permitted to withdraw with the application lordship with a prayer lordship to file appeal before the collector. Mr. Vijayanand, learned advocate for petitioner after some argument seeks permission to withdraw this application in order to prefer an appeal against the order of cancellation of license before the statutory appellate authority, before the appellate authority. So should that be done within a period of 30 days? What's your observation? There is a delay of 7 years. Which case? In this case, the appellate authority shall take shall consider whether the appeal shall take it shall consider whether should be taken up for consideration after 7 years of the passing of law. And copy is not sub to me, Lordship. The cancellation order RTI में हम अप्लाई करके मिला जाएगा, वो लिखवा दिया जाएगा, रीजन दिया जाएगा. चलिए हम लिखे हुए हैं RTI के लिए. सिर्फ रीजन बिफोर दैट Lordship. सिर्फ मिस्टर द्रोणाचार्य.
Milord, previous license of the petitioner has been, Milord, cancelled by the learned and licensing authority, Milord. And thereafter on appeal as well as the decision before the learned commissioner, Magar division Gaya, all has been confirmed. But my ground is, Milord, that petitioner has not been served with the copy of the inquiry report.
How has the authorities dealt with it?
Milord, has not been dealt with actually, Milord. If your Lordship will see the order. आप देखा जाए वो जो
कहाँ पर लिखा है कि हमको कॉपी नहीं दिया है?
जी हम दिखाते हैं पैराग्राफ 13 at page 9 of my petition.
No, shows from the order that you made this prayer.
My lord.
Shows from any one of the orders, the original that you wanted.
Annexure to use type order है. He has not considered, my lord.
Is that the only ground? Then perhaps you don't have a case. If there are other grounds, then we may consider.
No, that is that ground is also.
That is also one of the grounds. वो ground तो हम बढ़ा देंगे.
My lord. देखा जाए जो annexure 3 page 19. जांच के समय पूर्वाह्न में 11:30 बजे दुकान बंद पाई गई.
वो सारी चीज रिपोर्ट का इंटायर चीज इसमें लिखा हुआ है, इसलिए उसको हम नहीं कंसीडर करेंगे.
But my lord, report has not been submitted.
That's what I'm saying. Where have you made that specific plea before the appellate authority? How has it been dealt with? You see, the entire report has been summarized into this. So therefore, when you have not been put to any discomfort. So that is a ground which will not weigh with us.
But though
unless you say
your lordship are sitting in my lord the division bench, but there are several single order, my lord, reported in the PL.
That's why we have also passed an order of that kind, but not in every case, for the reason that it doesn't make sense. Unless you have raised a specific plea, it has been dealt with by the court below. What is the reason why we say so? Mr. Dronacharya, try and understand our viewpoint. Now, the charges which are leveled against you, that perhaps the inquiry report.
Milord,
जांच के समय पूर्वाह्न 11 बजे दुकान बंद पाई गई.
How it has been dealt with by the government licensing officer, Milord. हमने लिखा है जिसमें कार्य में दुकान बंद रखा. विक्रेता द्वारा दुकान बंद पाए जाने के आरोप में अपने
आपके हक में बढ़िया होगा मिस्टर द्रोणाचार्य. One advisory from the bench. You knock the doors of the secretary of the department.
Before the secretary of the department.
यहाँ अभी इंटरफेरेंस नहीं हो पाएगा.
As your lordship.
After some arguments क्या लिखा है? After some arguments, Mr. Dronacharya, senior advocate, seeks permission to withdraw his application in order to agitate his claim before the secretary of Department of Food and Civil Supplies. वही है ना? Food and Consumer Protection and Civil Supplies. कौन डिपार्टमेंट? Food and Consumer. पता नहीं है. Just give us a minute. Put yellow, please. Principal Secretary of the Department. लिखे.
Seeks permission to withdraw this application in order to agitate his claim before the secretary of
the principal secretary of the Food and Public Distribution Department for the needful. Should such a complaint be lodged? Should such a petition be filed before the concerned authority? Now it is expected that it shall be taken up for consideration and will be by a reason order.
If time दे दिया जाता है वहाँ फाइल करने
within a reasonable period of time. This list has been drawn with the aforementioned observation. Serial 6 Mr. Tabeswar Sharma. Licensing lordship and had annexure 2 at page number 13 is so-called was issued, which was duly replied by the petitioner lordship at annexure 1 and page 11 lordship. इसमें कहते हैं जो कि विक्रेता so-called में जो पेज नंबर 13 पे सी देखा जाएगा कि विक्रेता के द्वारा उपभोक्ता को निर्धारित मात्रा से कम देना एवं निर्धारित मूल्य से अधिक कीमत लेकर खाद्यान्न किरासन तेल का वितरण लॉर्डशिप I was duly replied lordship at page number 12 पे देखा जाएगा जो फर्स्ट यह कि शिकायत करने का मुख्य कारण यह है कि पेज नंबर 12 लॉर्डशिप ऊपर मौजूद यह कि शिकायत करने का मुख्य कारण यह है कि मेरे दुकान का खाद्यान्न के आवंटन कम है, उपभोक्ताओं का कार्ड अधिक दे दी गई है, इसी से ऐसा शिकायत की गई है। पहले आने वाले को खाद्यान्न का आपूर्ति कर देता हूँ। That explanation is not worth accepting. And that your license was rightly cancelled. And thereafter, Lordship, are you pressing that ground? Yes, Lordship. Then we reject it totally. We say that all the authorities have rightly rejected the order. Okay? Yeah, this doesn't make sense to us. Go before the secretary, Lordship. Same order. Advocate का नाम खाली जी. Serial 7 Mr. Vijayanand. Lordship. Petitioner is a PDS licensee, Lordship. Annexure 4 at page number 17 is. Yes, Mr. Owen, counter affidavit, you are taking time. It doesn't look nice. If you dispose of the petition without counter affidavit, it doesn't look nice. Because on 2 dates you have taken time. Then say that no counter is required, whatever is to be done, that can be done. That is perfectly understandable.
Then management decided.
Once it has been reported.
Yes, definitely, madam. Since I have taken time around there for.
Why was this case kept pending?
Some time may be given.
1 week.
I will take a brief from
1 week.
1 week.
2 weeks.
3 weeks at least.
Has been on behalf of the state. We notify after 3 weeks. In the meantime, the counter affidavit shall be filed positively. 15th of December.
15th.
Select Mr. Alok Ranjan.
May appeal not. Selection matter.
Selection का who is taking the discussion? I can't see calendar. In view of controversy, before the
Respondent number 6.
respondent number 6 का special. All right. Mr. Alok Ranjan का नाम है. सेना Mr. संतोष कुमार पांडे with 9.1.
May. 12 August cases. सेकंड वाला में थोड़ी अभी तक काउंटर आया नहीं. My grievance is same. As per merit list, I am on the top of the list. But my candidature has been discarded by simply saying कि कंप्यूटर का जानकारी आपको नहीं. Though I have submitted all those documents before the authority concerned.
How about you, Mr. Dinu Kumar?
Can see losses to direct that according to file photo that she did on 9/11/2020. Still no photo has come by now.
It's a different shop altogether, no? Yours is a different shop.
No, same.
एक ही shop में दो नहीं मिल सकता.
बहुत से थे ना, 369 applicants. Same no in division का था.
Both the cases have been heard together. As the issues for the cases are same, the applications have been heard together and have been disposed of by common order. ऊपर में for the केस में मिस्टर संतोष पांडे सेक्रेटरी ऑर्डर का केस आए हुजूर के अजीम कुमार हाँ सेक्रेटरी ऑर्डर के हुजूर का ऑर्डर के बाद सेक्रेटरी चले गए थे वो सेक्रेटरी ऑर्डर के बाद है हाँ तो सॉरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट काउंट एक बार और मौका दे काउंटर के लिए हो जी हाँ काउंटर फाइल करिए सेक्रेटरी के बाद जी हाँ कॉपी लीजिए ठीक है counter affidavit in tag case CWJC number 11352 of 2022 has been filed today across the board. Let it be taken on record. Since copy of the affidavit has been served upon the counsel for the petitioner only today in court, the counsel for the petitioner seeks some time to go through the same and respond if necessary. For the aforesaid purpose, he seeks a short accommodation. Let both the cases be listed. Up to 2 weeks? No, कर देगा सारी प्रोसेस वहाँ इनिशिएट मतलब कर दिया गया है. Let this let both the cases be listed. हम लोग किस दिन रख रहे हैं? Thursday के वाले. Yeah. Alright. 4 दिसंबर. नहीं और दिन 10-15 दिन पूरा. जी. आइए. 2 weeks के बाद. 2 weeks. नहीं 2 weeks नहीं है. Coming Thursday. State Mr. Mohammad Najmul होता.
May please license of the petitioner has been suspended only on the ground that my lord an FIR has been lodged against her, my lord.
No, not only on the ground. Let us see the order.
My lord, page 17, my lord, annexure 1, my lord.
ये कैंसिल नहीं है ये
सस्पेंड है, my lord, सस्पेंड है.
तो फिर आपको नोटिस हुआ?
नहीं, नोटिस में लिखा हुआ है. इसमें लिखा हुआ है. Without providing any opportunity of.
अरे तो नोटिस सस्पेंड करने के लिए नोटिस नहीं चाहिए. सस्पेंड करने तो तब नोटिस करना है.
लेकिन much earlier license has been suspended, my lord.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है.
2019 में सस्पेंड हुआ.
अब कानून को पहले पढ़िए. 8 सेकंड क्लॉज 28 पढ़े.
सेक्शन 28.
तो फिर हम रिजेक्ट कर देंगे. आप नहीं पढ़े. नोटिस के बाद आप अपनी जवाब दिए जो उनके पास. फाइनल ऑर्डर पास हुआ है?
नहीं हुजूर, कोई फाइनल ऑर्डर पास नहीं.
कब का ये ऑर्डर है?
25/6/2019.
आपको इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं होगा. फाइनल ऑर्डर मस्ट हैव बीन पास. फाइंड आउट एंड टेल अस.
That must be served, my lord. फाइनल ऑर्डर तो नहीं पास हुआ.
उसको कहिएगा तो हम आपकी नोटिस नहीं है करके फिर दोबारा भेजेंगे. अदरवाइज 30 मिल हो जाएगा. यहाँ से आप करा लीजिएगा फिर फाइनल ऑर्डर के अगेंस्ट फिर आना होगा. पता करके बताइए.
नहीं, हम पे कोई सर्विस नहीं हुआ फाइनल ऑर्डर.
सर्विस नहीं पता कर दीजिए.
पता कर लेते हैं.
फाइनल ऑर्डर पास हो गया होगा.
यही बता दो.
वही बता देंगे. मैं डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ आपको पिटीशन.
न माय लॉर्ड, अब बता.
As prayed for on behalf of the petitioner to notify तो सप्ताह के बाद लगे. समझ 8 दिसंबर.
माय लॉर्ड,
सस्पेंशन के बाद कैंसिलेशन है.
माय लॉर्ड,
इस बीच में अगर उनके रिकॉर्ड में होगा कि आपको नोटिस सर्व करने का प्रयास किया, आप नहीं मिले तो ऑर्डर पास करेंगे. हमने नेकी डेज में एज फार एज पॉसिबल कहा गया है. बाद में करेंगे. तो फिर आपको सर्विस नहीं हुई. ये मैं समझ गया. You have not been served. You have not represented for the licensing authority. We have followed it. But why to have multiplicity of proceedings? Suppose an order would have been passed, उसको भी satisfied कराना होगा ना. तो फिर कैसे क्यों बीच में कह रहे हैं कि नहीं हमें करना है?
पता कर लेते हैं. और लाइव
C11 मिस्टर संजीव कुमार. In this case, perhaps in this case, one of the question for consideration is that if an application prescribed under the provisions of the licensing order, certain columns are required to be filled up by the applicant, and if he doesn't fill up those columns, my lords, whether he is entitled for a consideration for the appointment or not. This framing of question is somewhat faulty. Now, unless you provide, how would your suitability be assessed? Yes. I am asking you a question. How would a suitability of a candidate be assessed? On the basis of information furnished by you? Yes. If you leave the relevant columns blank, then whether it is you are entitled for rectification of your form or not, that's a different issue. Yeah. But then that is a good ground for rejecting your application, because the authority ought not to be interested in people who are not interested in themselves. Where is the question of law to be formulated? That's my question, my lords. that I, petitioner, was appointed as a PDS dealer, right? This respondent number 7 subsequently protested against that. Our case was that column number 3.
You are not implemented him as arrest.
Yeah, my learned friend appears for us.
But you are not implemented him as arrest. This is Nisar Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
Number 7.
है कौन से पिटीशन आप पढ़ रहे हैं?
एक्चुअली इसमें क्या हुआ था, जो हार्ड कॉपी, नया हार्ड कॉपी दिया गया
नहीं ठीक है।
क्वेश्चन सिंपल इतना ही है।
Hello, you were granted license. On his complaint, your license was cancelled.
Cancelled on the ground. It is an admitted fact that his application was not properly and fully filled. Not at all.
Whose application was not?
Respondent number 7.
And your license has been cancelled for the same reason that it
because of the reason that in another matter similar to this, in which also there was no mention and fill up of the required information of another dealer, his appeal was allowed, therefore his appeal has been allowed.
that cannot be the logic. Show us the order.
Yes, my lord will just see now.
Show us the order.
Yeah.
E by 2, page 29. Page 20. I can't hear the word. Figure 28, 29. Column number, which serial number?
Is R by 2 or P by 2. It's an order passed by the Commissioner Manors, that is at P2, page number 29. Adesh dated 9th of July 20.
पेज नंबर 29 P2.
कोई पुलिस का गड़बड़ी हो रहा है।
पेजिंग तो आपका गड़बड़ है। एक मिनट क्या करते हैं?
हिंदी में है जो कमीशन ऑर्डर।
हिंदी में तो है, कॉलम दिया हुआ है, आप लोगों ने पेजिंग ठीक नहीं किया।
कॉलम से ठीक पहले जो
नहीं क्यों ऐसा फाइल किया, क्यों ऐसा कनेक्शन लगाया है? आपके पास है ये क्या किया है?
अच्छी तो निकालिए पेज नंबर 29। प्रस्तुत अपील बाद सो एंड सो my learned friends client order respondent number 7.
You for the divisional commissioner.
Yes.
So there is no appeal. There is no provision of appeal here. There is a provision of complaint. आप अभी इस नोटिफिकेशन के बाद आए हैं।
पहले का
फिर वहाँ अपील में कहाँ चला गया?
ये पहले का
इसलिए चलेगा होंगे कि कलेक्टर कमीशन के है, कहीं जाकर
कलेक्टर ऑर्डर। अब इन्होंने अगर हम लोग फर्स्ट पेज पर देखें, बिलो द मिडिल, इनके नाम के सामने अभियुक्ति कॉलम में यह अंकित किया गया है कि इनके मूल आवेदन में पैराग्राफ 3 से 12 पूर्ण भरा नहीं रहने के कारण आवेदन अपूर्ण है तथा आवेदन रद्द किया जाता है। इनका कथन है कि उत्तरवादी संख्या 6 पिटिशनर को अपीलार्थी की तुलना में कम शैक्षणिक योग्यता है। उसके बाद हम आगे आते हैं ये नेक्स्ट पेज 30। पक्षों को सुनने तथा चयन समिति द्वारा प्रकाशित चयन सूची एवं अभिलेख में संलग्न सुसंगत सभी कागजातों दस्तावेजों के अवलोकनात् यह स्पष्ट है कि जन वितरण प्रणाली अनुज्ञप्ति हेतु समर्पित आवेदन में अपीलार्थी द्वारा क्रमांक 3 से 12 नहीं भरा गया है। इसके अतिरिक्त अपीलार्थी के अनुज्ञप्ति रद्द किए जाने का कोई अन्य कारण त्रुटि उल्लिखित नहीं है। पंचायत बकनिया बरेली से कुल 7 आवेदन समर्पित किए गए थे, जिसमें अपीलार्थी नंबर 1 एवं उत्तरपादी क्रमांक 3 पर है। अपीलार्थी की ओर से लिखित बहस समर्पित करते हुए कहा गया है कि अधिकार अंतर्गत प्राप्त सूचना की प्रति दाखिल किया गया है। अपीलार्थी द्वारा वांछित सूचना के आलोक में लोक सूचना पदाधिकारी अनुमंडल पदाधिकारी 22 ने इन्हें सूचना उपलब्ध कराई है। उक्त सूचना आवेदन में अपीलार्थी ने किसी दिलवाज आलम निवाज पूर्णिया द्वारा वर्ष 2018 की जन वितरण प्रणाली अनुज्ञप्ति हेतु समर्पित आवेदन पत्र की प्रति अपीलार्थी द्वारा दाखिल उक्त सूचना के अवलोकन से विदित होता है। Mr. Dhananjay, this is not understandable. What does he want to say?
The question is, my lord, that whether the column which was not filled up, in support of that, those columns, and affidavit was demanded, and affidavit was also filed, along with
But we don't get it from the order.
Yes, but subsequently when a right to information that I applied for information about the application, then along with that application, affidavit was all the columns which were kept back.
Right. So was it accepted?
Yes.
It was on their demand.
Yes.
So where do we get it from the order?
Yeah, there is
No, doesn't work.
what happened?
अपने मन में कुछ रखेंगे नहीं।
ना ना वो दिया है उसे सप्लाई किया
है तो सही।
सप्लाई किया है।
No. Dhananjay, we should get that from the order which has been put to challenge.
Yes, order that is not there.
No, we will remind it. Then it doesn't make sense.
What happened in this case? Section your law.
Mr. Dhananjay, we can't sustain an order which is not intelligible.
Therefore, I would like to draw your lordship's reference for this qualification. What is the column is there?
So we will not go beyond that. Now, just a minute. There has to be a reason, and the reasons given by the divisional commissioner is absolutely non-existent. We are not able to make out, even though I understand Hindi, as if not better than with equal ease as I do with English. I am not able to understand.
We can explain the entire things to your paper and not here.
You can fill in the gaps.
When we get an idea, the officer,
Why is the brief arranged like that? Second brief अगर सही है तो उसका मतलब आपने प्रिंटिंग गड़बड़ किया है। How will my brother see? I've taken his file. Third, Mr. N.K. Agarwal, senior advocate for the petitioner, and Mr. Dhananjay Kumar Singh. Dhananjay Kumar for respondent number 7. For private respondent number 7. The state is represented by Mr. Upendra Pratap Singh. The petitioner was a licensee, but on the complaint of private respondent number 7, the matter was revisited, and by the order of the divisional commissioner, of the division, the license of the petitioner was cancelled, and it was given to private respondent number 7. Mr. Agarwal and senior advocate has demonstrated from the order that the learned commissioner, after noting the fact that columns 3 to 12 of private respondent number of the form of private respondent number 7 was not filled up, but has not given any reason for meeting the aforesaid anomaly in the petition, anomaly in the form of respondent number 7, and has cancelled the license of the petitioner to the advantage of private respondent number 7, but without assigning any reason. Mr. Dhananjay Kumar, learned advocate for the respondent number 7, submits that the forms were not incomplete, but such could be demonstrated document which was obtained by private respondent number 7 under the PI mechanism there is no reference of any affidavit or information by the authority regarding the respondent number 7 having on being pointed out by the authorities before a final decision was taken. Even if it is assumed for the time being that the private respondent number 7 was placed high in the merit list, for the reason of his petition remaining incomplete, no cloud could be cast on the license of the petitioner, who ultimately was found to be the most suitable candidate in the circumstances. So, if the learned commissioner was of the view that the application form of respondent number 7 had been completed and the affidavit had been accepted without demur, then that fact ought to have been noticed or stated in the impugn order. So we do not know what has, we do not know as to what had we do not know we do not know the reason which has weighed with the learned commissioner in passing such order. For the reason of the vagueness of the order and thus being unintelligible to us, we set it aside and remand the matter to the divisional commissioner to again write out a fresh order in accordance with law within a period of 30 days to be counted from the date of receipt of the production of a copy.
इसमें secretary का भी order है.
In the meantime, the status quo shall remain.
सेक्रेटरी का भी ऑर्डर है, उसको रिजल्ट करना होगा. इसी में सेक्रेटरी के यहाँ का भी ऑर्डर.
उसमें क्या लिखा है?
उसमें क्या है कि इसी को ऑर्डर करना
the same reasoning has been the same without giving any reason or adverting to the aforementioned issue. The secretary of the department also has endorsed the decision of the commissioner to withdraw the license, to cancel the license of the petitioner and grant it to the respondent number 7 instead. Both the orders suffer from the vice of being unintelligible, for we are not able to assess the reasons which weighed with both the authorities in finding that the respondent number 7, private respondent number 7 was the most suitable candidate. For the reasons aforestated, we set aside the orders passed by the commissioner and the secretary, पूरा detail लिख देना, and remit it to the commissioner for writing out a fresh order in accordance with law, giving reasons within a period of 60 days to be counted from the date of receipt of the production. In the meantime, the status quo shall be maintained. Yes.
सेक्शन 55 जो है, स्क्रूटनी कमेटी जिसको स्क्रूटनी करने का पावर है अंडर लॉ, they have all allowed.
We don't find it.
एप्लीकेशन ही रिजेक्ट कर दिया था.
सेक्शन 5 को
रिजेक्ट कर दिया था ऑन द ग्राउंड.
डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन.
After hearing both parties, my lord, after hearing both the parties, right now the fresh order आपको सुन चुका है, ये लिखेगा इसमें, नहीं तो कमिश्नर तो बदल गए. It would be more appropriate if the commissioner hears out both the parties and other stakeholders before passing the order.
It was Mr. Vijayanand. Lordship, last occasion one IE application I filed for substituting the legal heirs of the Miller Lordship, which was allowed, and state has to file the counter affidavit. Lordship, the original licensee, Lordship.
Counter affidavit has been filed, served to you.
Lordship.
You were supposed to.
Lordship.
उल्टी बात बोलते हैं.
नहीं, हम बोले कि लास्ट ओकेजन है जो कहा गया था काउंटर एफिडेविट फाइल हो गया है जो इसमें जो है जो ओरिजिनल लाइसेंसी जो है जो थे ये तीनों कोर्ट से है जो एसडीओ कोर्ट एज वेल एज
समझ गए क्या कहना क्या चाह
जी है उसी में हम हजूर को दिखा दे रहे हैं. एक्चुअली दीपनगर पीएस केस नंबर 103/2013 वाइज लॉ
उसका मतलब नहीं है. आप हमें ऑर्डर से दिखाइए where you find that the order is that.
Lordship.
On what ground?
Lordship.
Tell us the original order.
The first order is Lordship, Annexure 5 at page number 40, Lordship.
Yes,
Lordship. इसमें जो on the basis of the lodging of the FIR, my license has been cancelled, Lordship. Thereafter, Lordship.
Only for the reason of FIR, your license has been cancelled. You show it. गलत बयान मत करिए, Mr. Vijayana.
Lordship.
You know that I will not accept it. Cannot be.
Lordship.
That's the lodging of the FIR is one of the reasons for
विक्रेता
the petition.
Lordship. लास्ट पेज 42 नंबर पेज पे विक्रेता से पूछे गए अधीक्षक का जवाब कारा अधीक्षक मंडल कारा बिहार शरीफ के पत्रांक 495 डेटेड 12/6/13 के द्वारा प्राप्त हुआ है। कान परीक्षा में उल्लेख किया गया है कि दुकान में 101 बोरी में रखे गए 50 क्विंटल स्वयं खाद्य
That is not the only reason. You made a wrong statement. Nonetheless,
ने लिखा जो कि आप ओपन विद द मी लॉर्डशिप
that explanation was not found to be satisfactory. Shows where has the appellate court dealt with it.
Thereafter, Lordship, I come to this court and filing the writ application, Lordship, which was disposed of with a direction to file an appeal before the collector, Lordship, and thereafter, Lordship, petitioner was acquitted from the charges in the criminal case, Lordship.
That is
Annexure 7 at page number 46, Lordship. Thereafter, Lordship, the appeal was filed.
that was not the only ground for cancellation of license. You may have been acquitted. We don't find any reason like that.
पेज नंबर 52 पेज पर काइंडली देखा जाना है।
You don't have a right to
52 Lordship, this order of the DM, Lordship.
made a wrong statement. Yes.
दीपनगर थाना कांड संख्या 103/2013 में अनुमंडल पदाधिकारी न्यायिक दंडाधिकारी बिहार
इस रीजन को हमको एक्सप्लेन करने चाह रहे हैं आप?
इसमें
अगर हम ये रीजन एक्सप्लेन कर दें that it is precisely for this reason that neither the appellate nor the revisional authority has accepted your contention, then perhaps your future is closed forever. आप एक तो गलत स्टेटमेंट करते हैं, बहस करते हैं इधर उधर और जो बात है वो समझते नहीं। आप जाएंगे सेक्रेटरी के पास मैं डिस्कस करूं कहते हुए कि एवरी यू डोंट डिजर्व टू बी रिटेन्ड एज अ लाइसेंस।
हम लाइसेंसी नहीं है, जो लाइसेंसी इज ऑलरेडी डायड, Lordship. We are the legal heirs, Lordship. There was a provision
unless that all right, there is a provision for continuation. When was the person who died, the erstwhile petitioner, he was a licensee under which control order?
PDS control order 2001, Lordship.
Then it was never renewed in the meanwhile. When was the order of cancellation passed?
Order of cancellation was passed on 19/6/2013, Lordship. And the appellate order was passed on 13/11/2017, Lordship. And the revisional order was passed on 30/7/2021, Lordship.
It's a futile litigation. In your in nobody's favor. ठीक है?
तो हम प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी के आज
जो करना है करिए, withdraw करिए. Otherwise, we will say that you don't have a right. Even otherwise, if you succeed, the license would not be granted to you on compassionate ground. If that be so, then where is the purpose? Where is the necessity of continuing with this litigation? Why do we entertain such petitions? समझ रहे हैं बात?
Lordship.
आपके गलत बोलने के कारण ये नहीं कह रहे हैं, ये हम अदरवाइज कह रहे हैं। आप अगर गलत नहीं भी बोले रहते तो मैं यही रीजन देता कि वो कंटिन्यूटी चाहिए 6 महीने के अंदर आपको उस लाइसेंस में करा लेना था। आप नहीं करा सकते थे क्योंकि आपकी लाइसेंस कैंसिल थी, वो अर्लियर कंट्रोल ऑर्डर की थी। तो अब इनकी सर्कुलर है, इतना सिखाने का हमें तो समय नहीं है ना। इनकी सर्कुलर है उस कंट्रोल ऑर्डर के बाद कि जो भी प्रावधान इस कंट्रोल ऑर्डर में किया गया है वो अक्षरशः पालन होगा। तो उसमें क्लॉज 10 या जो भी है फॉर कंपैशनेट ग्रांट ऑफ लाइसेंस 10 है, उसमें टाइम पीरियड दिया हुआ है 2 इयर्स होने का। और उसको तो फिर आप ये लिटिगेशन करके क्या करेंगे? किसी कोर्ट से गलत ऑर्डर ले लेंगे, बस वही करेंगे आप। ये मैं डिस्कस करूंगा लिख के। अगर आपको विड्रॉ करना है सीधा विड्रॉ करिए, आपको जो करना है करते रहिएगा। वी विल नॉट गिव यू लिबर्टी। सॉरी Lordship, we are inclined to dismiss it on merits. Don't you understand?
Lordship,
to agitate your
it is all 2001 के लिए में प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी क्या भी ध्यान नहीं था।
तो जो कर रहे हैं लिबर्टी देंगे नहीं तो फिर आप ठीक है क्या विड्रॉ करेंगे? मैं
लिबर्टी, Lordship.
लिबर्टी नहीं देंगे।
जो अयोग्य दिया जा रहा था जो था
इसमें नहीं देंगे ना, ये आपको प्रावधान नहीं है, आप करिए अपने प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी
डेट हुआ है जो 2021 में अयोग्य, और उसके बाद अयोग्य
we will not be able to do something which we are not authorized to. Not that
NEET is already pending here, Lordship. That's why Lordship I am saying Lordship.
you want an order?
नहीं विड्रॉ ही कर रहे हैं, खाली लिबर्टी होता है.
Sorry, that you have refused. How many times would you repeat your prayer?
The video lady, Lordship.
If there was any place of sympathy here in the discharge of judicial function under Article 226, in these matters, perhaps I would have acceded to the request. Lady and death, both things we do consider, but not here. After some arguments, Mr. Vijay Anand, learned advocate for the petitioner, seeks permission to withdraw this application. Dismissal is withdrawn. So needless to say that the petitioner would be at liberty to agitate any other forum, if so advised, for the thing.
Secretary Mr. Ajay Kumar Pandey.
Lord, for compliance of your Lordship, order dated 13/10.
Take minute. Because Mr. that withdrawal would not be appropriate. Because I have permitted you to impede the air. Therefore, I must give reasons why I am not entertaining.
एक अयुक्त है, आज के लिए इसको छोड़ दिया जाए, आज के लिए खाली न कर दिया जाए.
ठीक है. The husband name क्या है?
नहीं, wife, daughter and one son, all are party Lordship.
The husband ऐसे लिखे. Oh, पहला पार्टी किसको बनाया? वाइफ को.
Lordship. Son is
खत्म ही हो जाएगा, इनको इतना रहने दो. सेम ऑर्डर रहना. Yes, Mr. Pandey.
Lord, for compliance of your Lordship, order dated 13/10/2022, my Lord. I want some more time, my Lord. Process has already initiated, my Lord. क्योंकि प्रबंधक वहाँ रिजाइन कर दिए हैं, नया प्रबंधक ज्वाइन करने वाले हैं, नाम दूसरे का नॉमिनेट करेंगे.
You had not given requisite instruction to your junior. Yesterday, this case would have been dismissed.
Sorry, my sorry.
धर्मेंद्र कुमार का तो ये कह रहे हैं दूसरे किसी को इंटरेस्ट करेंगे,
तो फाइल करेंगे पिटीशन, सब्स्टिट्यूट कराएंगे अपने को, उसको फिर कंटिन्यू करेंगे. क्या कोई
उसके लिए हमको
इनका कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इंस्टीट्यूशनल लाइसेंस है.
जी
वही
उनका वाला केस नहीं है.
नहीं है, समझ रहे हैं, अभी समझ रहे हैं. ये बात
इनका इंस्टीट्यूशनल लाइसेंस है. आपने परमिट किया है, कहा है कि आप अगर किसी और को कहिए तो रिज्यूम कर देंगे.
ये the petitioner is Dharmendra Tiwari, the person who is
for the name of the newly elected chairman of the bank, so newly named person who will deal as a license.
yes sir.
वही तो हमको देना है.
रिजम्पशन और सप्लाई के लिए फिर से हम लगवाएं, वो तो उचित नहीं है.
ठीक है.
जनवरी में रखते हैं.
तब तक टैग है किसी दूसरे के साथ.
हाँ, टैग दूसरे के साथ.
प्रोसेस शुरू नहीं किया, कैंसिल किया है कि नहीं किया है?
नहीं, कैंसिल नहीं किया है.
सस्पेंशन
as prayed for on behalf. नहीं, दिसंबर में फिर एक बार लेगा. As prayed for on behalf, the petitioner re-notify on 3 weeks के बाद आएगी.
15th of December.
Sir, 40 Mr. Rajiv Kumar Lal.
in this case I am permitted to file counter.
The counter affidavit has been filed across the board. Let it be taken on record. The affidavit has been served upon the counsel only today in court. The counsel for the petitioner therefore seeks a short accommodation to go through the same and respond if necessary. Re-notify next week.
First of December. में मिस्टर सूरज समदर से।
Yes. Your Lordship, can you see order number 4, dated 13/10/2022? Just give us a minute, Lordship.
for the records of CWJC number 19429 of 2021 and 9057 of 2021.
Millers, in the order there was memo number 2078, which said that the license was cancelled by that, but it was for lodging of an FIR. Now subsequently I discovered that it was memo number 2079 and Annexure 6 of that application, and the order was subsequently modified.
So the same ground. What was modified?
The memo number 2078.
No, so that the fact remains that the second time also the order of cancellation was set aside.
It was not set aside.
Only for the notice.
I have come for the quashing of the confiscation notice because he was aware that the order is set aside.
So in the interregnum, your premises are not sealed and your license has been cancelled, but you cannot clear the stock.
I cannot clear the stock. My premises is sealed. Till date it is sealed.
Yes.
But stock are lying there, and I am not allowed to sell that despite a specific clause 31.
Yes.
And the order is issued to open the shop also.
No. Apale baat samajh liye. He is questioning the notice which reflects the intent to clear off his stock. But he doesn't. Now, where have you taken the decision of cancelling his license? Twice it was rejected. Is he still a licensee? Right?
Technically.
So therefore, if you ask, on what ground are you asking that it shall be confiscated? For some unauthorized sale in earlier years or at earlier times? No, करने से पड़े ही नहीं है.
नहीं, उसमें है कि proceeding was started before the cancellation for the second time.
नहीं तो confiscation proceeding कैसे चलेगी?
First one, second.
कुछ नहीं पड़े, उनसे क्या पूछना है आप?
इनको बता.
Where is your counter affidavit?
Lordship, you have filed another counter affidavit giving details that the confiscation proceeding was
Have you given him a copy?
Yes.
Lordship.
When did you file it?
On
16/11.
15/11.
Supplementary counter affidavit. Let us see what have you said.
Regarding the confiscation proceeding, Your Lordship,
Has been put on hold. Yet this FIR of 2021 is a later development.
Lordship.
Yes. So let us see the confiscation notice. Now you have, Mr. Samdarshi, we get a feeling that you have tried to link this confiscation notice to the earlier cancellation of license.
Yes.
So if that be so, then perhaps you are making erroneous statement. This confiscation notice is pursuant to FIR which was lodged in 2021. It has got nothing to do with the decision of cancellation of a license. Try and understand. Please be very sure of your grounds. Let us see the confiscation notice.
That is at 35 minutes.
Yes. For the reason that he was made to understand twice his license was cancelled, but twice it was stayed by the court and the matter was amicus. In the meantime, a proceeding will be collected. In the meantime, he says that before this all happened, the confiscation proceeding had been initiated. And he has given the impression that it is a sequel of the earlier decision of cancellation of license which has been set at naught. Reading of supplementary affidavit, and I have not read it, but first paragraph only, it gives an impression that this is an independent decision making of the authorities, which has got nothing to do with the earlier breach or violation of the fertilizer control order leading to such action. If that is so, what is there to withhold credit?
यहाँ पे confusion हो रहा है. The date of inspection is 27/10/21. That is the reason for FIR and that is the reason for cancellation of license. Both are one and the same.
मैंने confiscation notice दिखाई है.
The Annexure 8. Both are the same. The reason is one of Annexure 8, page 35.
There could be some confusion. पर ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए.
एक ही इंस्पेक्शन से और सेम डेट कैंसिलेशन भी है और FIR भी है. हमारा सिर्फ सिंपल सा रीजन इतना
इसी के बाद
confiscation नहीं. 27/10/21 there is an allegation of black marketing. For that there is an FIR. For that is the cancellation of license.
उसमें नोटिस नहीं किया.
नहीं, नोटिस नहीं किया. हमने जब चैलेंज किया कैंसिलेशन, तो इनको जानकारी हो गई। 7/3 को कोर्ट ने कहा कि यू अपीयर बिफोर हिम, प्रोड्यूस ऑल द डॉक्यूमेंट्स। उसी से
This is not later FIR.
no same one inspection leading to an FIR and cancellation both.
So therefore the cancellation goes.
Cancellation goes.
Have they taken a decision regarding? Have they reconsidered?
No, my lords. After I appeared, pursuance of this order, they recommended for cancellation, fully knowing that the cancellation.
No, they recommended the fresh recommendation for cancellation.
Yes, no, fresh recommendation for confiscation.
Confiscation, cancellation के बाद ही होगा.
कैंसिलेशन के बाद यही तो हमारा कहना है कि जब उनको जानकारी हो गई तो सेट असाइड हो गया। और अब ये क्या कर रहे हो जो एफिडेविट से?
तो 2 FIR हुआ था, इंस्पेक्शन हुआ, 2 FIR हुआ, आपके लाइसेंस। फॉरगेट अबाउट द फर्स्ट पार्ट। जब सील्ड प्रेमिसेस को तोड़ने का पर इल्जाम लगा या उसके पहले नॉन कोऑपरेशन का इल्जाम लगा, उसको छोड़ दिया।
अच्छा है। अब एक फ्लो चार्ट दे देते हैं। एक
फ्लो चार्ट कब दे देंगे अभी बताइए ना, कितना देर सुनने का?
नहीं, इसलिए क्योंकि कहीं second perceive is that this FIR is a proceeding, cancellation was separate, but it is not the same. That is why I am saying I will give a flow chart. The genesis is.
Then perhaps your argument should have been on the earlier occasion that this very initiation of confiscation is bad. Once I am retained.
That is what I am saying. No repetition.
You have said many things. You have talked about the provision contained in 31. Which gives you a window of 30 days to clear your stock.
That was my submission to show that they are bona fide and they are well fide. That they have deliberately.
Either we have not.
नहीं, उसको हमसे flow chart दे दें तो the genesis
what you said, or you have said something which has caused this confusion. Just a minute. The initiation of confiscation would begin only if your license is cancelled or suspended.
Yes.
Not before that.
Not before that.
Your license remains invalid today with the setting aside of the order of cancellation.
Exactly, Lord.
And the authorities never revisiting the matter as stated by this court.
Yeah, Lord.
Assuming but not admitting on your behalf that this proceeding was initiated before the license was cancelled, then also this goes.
This goes.
So why did you argue that I did not get a window of 30 days? आप नहीं समझ रहे हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Then, in fact, your argument was absolutely superfluous that you did not get a window of 30 days for clearing your stock and therefore the notice is bad.
That is what I am saying, that I came before this court on 3/2/2022, the first cancellation order was set aside. Now when I approach,
forget that.
Yes.
You forget that. Yes. That is over.
Yes.
Now we are concerned with the second order of cancellation and at the remand.
Only 3 dates are relevant. The Lord should get that. 3/2/2022, the first cancellation order was set aside.
3/2/22.
Lordship.
All right.
Now, on 24/3/22, they recommend for confiscation.
This is during the cancellation of your license.
Cancellation was set aside and they did not pass a fresh order for cancellation in between.
Okay, the date is 3/2/22 is the setting aside of the order.
Setting.
Not the order of cancellation.
Not the order of cancellation.
When was the cancellation order?
Cancellation is of 8/11/21.
8/11/21. It was set aside by order dated 3/2/22 for revisiting the matter. In the meantime, they initiated a
confiscation proceeding on 24/3/22 without passing any fresh order of cancellation for the second time. The second time, they passed an order. And Millards, that order was also set aside on 21/9/22.
When was that order passed?
21/9/2022.
Cancellation of license.
The second.
Anyway, tell us that was the order. When is the order setting aside? आप फ्लो चार्ट दीजिए.
हम फ्लो चार्ट दें.
I'm only passing to. Give a flow chart and copies. Where is Mr. Ajay?
It's not there. I'm calling him now.
Either you get ready or
I'm ready or not. Just. Gulam देंगे लेकिन
we don't find you with such level of preparation where our questions could be satisfied. Do some homework again. We are not asking you to substitute yourself with the government counsel. You can appear. You have been appearing. There are no problems. But you need to have your facts straight.
And therefore don't say that you are absolutely ready. You're not. Please come prepared on the next day, take the flow chart.
नेक्स्ट में थोड़ा सा दूसरे बात गया थी कंफेशन प्रोसीडिंग जो वो दूसरे काउंट में था दैट वाज रिकवर्ड फ्रॉम द व्हाट वाज रिकवर्ड फ्रॉम द होटल प्रेमिसेस इज नॉट कवर्ड बाय द लाइसेंस
ये सप्लीमेंट्री एफिडेविट में क्या ला रहे हैं? एक पुराना लगाया है सीजर लिस्ट।
साहब आप एक क्वेश्चनेबल बोनाफाइड्स वाले आदमी की भी लाइसेंस आप नहीं कैंसिल कर सकते हैं, ठीक से, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वेवरिंग डिसीजन।
गलती तो हुई है।
Then we get an impression that you are being vindictive. He doesn't deserve any sympathy if he has fudged the records, if he has not cooperated in inspection, if he is an accused of a criminal case with allegation of black marketing. We are not forthcoming with relief. That's right. But see your conduct. What are you doing? आप अपने फ्लो चार्ट को बना के दीजिए and you tell us every fact. Don't just make casual statements.
नॉट लॉस कल परसों सोमवार को रखा जाएगा।
So अगले Thursday को रखना। But before that, the flow chart should be exchanged with you. And don't say on the next day we will hear you only. Not the government council.
फ्लो चार्ट के बाद जो इन्हीं से पूछा जाएगा, I'm sure. हमारे कुछ करने के लिए पूछ नहीं है।
तो वो आप ही बहस करेंगे, लेकिन वो सब चीज दिया as wait for the other party re-notify
1st of December. See the system, Mr. Raju Kumar. State was directed to file the counter activity.
Your Lordship, in the present matter, we have sent the letter. The concerned officer may be directed. He is not responding to that. The block development officer, spot number 5, who is the concerned officer.
you have sent notes
We have sent the letter.
with the officer.
Block supply officer, Katra, Muzaffarpur.
Block supply officer Katra. Mr. Alok Ranjan, Director for the state, has informed this court that for filing counter affidavit in a matter as directed by this court on 13/10/2022, a petition was made to the block supply officer Katra.
To entire respondents, Your Lordship.
To block supply officer Katra on
13/10/2022 itself.
on 13/10/2022, but till date he has not responded. Let the block supply officer Katra present himself before this court to explain his conduct, which amounts to dereliction of his duty, on give a date after the Thursday of the next week,
8th of December.
8th of December at 10:30.
Say 19, Mr. Raju Kumar.
सुनील कुमार पांडे, नाम गलत पढ़ दिया, आप ही का केस है।
My lord, this petitioner has earlier come in this matter, my lord.
In this matter,
My lord, which is an action 7 million and 36 million. And it is directed to the petitioner to 17. And directed to the petitioner, my lord, to move before the learned collector as appeal. And thereafter petitioner moved before the learned collector. Learned collector did not comply with the order of his honorable court. He constituted a committee, my lord.
I will set on this. Who appears for respond number 7?
Selection matter is the commissioner.
नहीं respond number 7 को पहले आने दीजिए, उसके सामने में ऑर्डर पास है। ठीक है। अच्छा मिस्टर, you were appearing for respond number 7. We have recorded on 13/10/2022, Mr. Vijay Anand Lalan Press count number 7 seeks time to respond to the question.
Can you pass over this case?
If you do like this, then from next time onwards, we will not be entertaining your petition.
ये लोग सिर्फ सीनियर क्या का ऑफिस होगा, इंस्ट्रक्ट किया गया जो मार्क नहीं हो पाया, इसलिए हम पता करवा रहे हैं।
हाँ सर।
श्रीनाथ मिस राजू कुमार
पास हो।
18 is on
Yes.
May I prepare to file counter? The hard copy of the counter.
जी आपके पास है ना
रिमाइंडर भी हम दे चुके हैं, काउंटर दे चुके हैं।
ये काउंटर को दे दिए थे, हार्ड कॉपी में।
रिमाइंडर आपको मिल गया?
मिल गया।
चलिए सही लगी आपको? बोलिए क्या है?
This writ is for the question of the order dated 24/4/2022 passed by the Commissioner, Annexure 7, page 30, in which he has dismissed the revision, held the order of the appellate authority as well as the licensing authority. Petitioner is running affairs of PDS licensed dealer since 27 years, Lordship, and he belongs to SC category. The block supply officer visited on 28/6/19 and the shop was found closed. In the view of the fact, SPO Muzaffarpur issued so cause on 11/7/19 on the basis of that report in Annexure 1, page 16, Lordship. इसमें इन्होंने
नोटिस दिया है?
नोटिस दिया है Lordship।
उसके बाद क्या हुआ?
उसके बाद फिर उन्होंने हमारा जवाब कंसिडर नहीं करे।
एक मिनट हमें ऑर्डर एनेक्शन 3 देखने हैं।
Yes.
यस
Annexure 1 में लॉर्डशिप इनका सो कॉज है। इन्होंने इंक्वायरी रिपोर्ट नहीं दिया, हमें 3 डेज का टाइम है और जो एलिगेशन लगा है उसका नाम नहीं दिया है कि किन्होंने एलिगेशन लगाया। पहला एलिगेशन है कि जांच के क्रम में आपकी दुकान बिना अनुबंध के बंद पाई गई, उसका मैंने जवाब दिया कि माय सन इज इल। दूसरा लिखा है कि आप नियमानुसार निर्धारित दुकान से नहीं चलाते हैं। और थर्ड है कि समृद्ध उपभोक्ताओं द्वारा जांच के क्रम में जून में 2019 में वितरण नहीं किया गया, तो वितरण कर चुका है, स्टॉक 0 हो गया था लॉर्डशिप। और फोर्थ है कि निर्धारित दर से मूल्य से अधिक लिया। हमने रिजॉइंडर में लिखा है कि स्टॉक रजिस्टर में प्राइस क्वांटिटी सब देख के कंज्यूमर साइन कर।
चारों ग्राउंड जो है ना,
हाँ लॉर्डशिप,
ये 4 जो नोटिस में जो चार्ज है, इस चारों को छोड़ दिया।
यस लॉर्डशिप।
ये ऑर्डर पास हुआ है ऑन चार्ज नंबर 5, विक्रेता द्वारा सार्वजनिक वितरण प्रणाली नियंत्रण आदेश 2016 के नियमों का घोर उल्लंघन, और उसको पाया उसने कि कई जगह लाभुकों का नाम, देखिए ऐसा है
हाँ।
नजर पर आते ही वो तो मैं समझ ग्राउंड आपका सब चलेगा।
कि पहला उन्होंने लिखा है कैश मोमो, इन्होंने एनेक्स नहीं किया।
नहीं उस पर ही नहीं
इम्प्यून्ड ऑर्डर
कैसा है,
हाँ,
दो तरह से कानून होता है, ये इसमें वो कानून नहीं लगेगा।
अच्छा।
लेकिन जब 4 ग्राउंड रहता है फॉर कैंसिलेशन ऑफ लाइसेंस और फॉर एनी अदर पीनल एक्शन, तो पहले कानून था कि उसमें से एक ग्राउंड भी नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट पाया गया तो लैक ऑफ एप्लीकेशन ऑफ माइंड आया था, तो वो कानून अब हट गया। देयर इज नाउ अ शिफ्ट इन द थिंकिंग, लीगल थिंकिंग। Now one of the grounds also, if it is proved beyond reasonable doubt, and in this case not reasonable doubt, there is good reason for the licensing authority. आप नहीं समझ रहे हैं?
समझ रहे हैं हमको तो उन्होंने
देंगे अभी आपको ना, I'm not in a hurry, आपको पूरा समझ लेंगे, बात समझ लें। ये सब एविडेंस हमें दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है। पूरा का पूरा जो ओरिजिनल ऑर्डर है आपकी लाइसेंसिंग अथॉरिटी, वो इस बात पर है, इसको मैं ही सस्टेन करूंगा। तो फॉरगेट अबाउट द एप्लेट अथॉरिटी एंड द ओरिजिनल अथॉरिटी। ये कहता है, पढ़िए यहां से, विक्रेता द्वारा स्पष्टीकरण 1 2 3 7वें लाइन से पढ़िए।
For your satisfaction, we have read it.
विक्रेता द्वारा समर्पित स्पष्टीकरण में उनके द्वारा अपने ऊपर लगाए गए आरोपों का सिर्फ खंडन किया गया। अब विक्रेता द्वारा अपने ऊपर आरोपों में कोई ठोस साक्ष्य प्रस्तुत नहीं किया गया और अपने दुकान से संबंधित पंजियों के अवलोकन से प्रतीत होता है कि विक्रेता ने जल्दीबाजी में पंजी का संधारण किया और एक ही प्रकार का हस्ताक्षर और निशान कर
यहीं से ग्राउंड शुरू हो जा रहा है।
यस लॉर्डशिप, इसमें
पढ़िए ना।
विक्रेता किरासन तेल वितरण पंजी में दिनांक स्वयं को क्रमांक स्वयं तक उपभोक्ता किरासन तेल विक्रेता द्वारा एक ही उपभोक्ता को कराया गया। दिनांक स्वयं को वितरण क्रमांक 24, 25 एवं 26 किरासन तेल एक ही उपभोक्ता को उपलब्ध कराया गया तथा PHH योजना के अंतर्गत अप्रैल 2019 के वितरण स्वयं उपभोक्ता का अनाज का एक ही उपभोक्ता को वितरण किया गया।
इसके लिए हो सकता है आपका ग्राउंड सही हो सकता है, कंप्लेनेंट की एड्रेस होनी चाहिए अग्रीड पर्सन। नीचे जो एग्जाम उन्होंने देखा है कि आपने पंजी का संधारण हड़बड़ी में किया है खाना पूरी करने के लिए, इसलिए कई क्रमांक में एक ही दस्तखत है। वो लग रहा है कि आपने फॉर द पर्पस स्लीपर
उसका रिप्लाई मैंने दिया है रिजॉइंडर में लॉर्डशिप कि उन्होंने उसकी जांच नहीं कराई अथॉरिटीज ने, और न ही वो सिग्नेचर के एक्सपर्ट है, न ही अंगूठा के वो एक्सपर्ट है।
क्रिमिनल ट्रायल
नहीं लॉर्डशिप, मतलब उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा कराया नहीं है, बस उसी के ग्राउंड पे कि जल्दीबाजी एक ही तरह का हस्ताक्षर, दैट्स इज द सोल ग्राउंड।
दैट्स अ गुड ग्राउंड, दैट्स अ गुड ग्राउंड। क्रिमिनल केस में रूल ऑफ एविडेंस यहाँ थोड़ी ये सब FIR हो, क्रिमिनल केस हो जाए उसमें ये सब बहस हो जाएगा। इट इज गुड ग्राउंड, यू आर नॉट रनिंग द शॉप अप्रोप्रिएटली, you are not following the terms and license, you are not complying। आप मेरिट पर अगर हमसे लें तो लें, या फिर आप विड्रॉ करके सेक्रेटरी ऑफ कहीं जाना होगा,
विड्रॉ करके सेक्रेटरी
आफ्टर सम आर्गुमेंट्स मिस्टर आभास learned advocate for the prisoner seeks permission to withdraw this application in order to execute his name before the secretary of the Food and Consumer Department will expected that it shall be
टाइम फ्रेम में
reasonable period तो ऑर्डर देखना।
जी जी।
Section 21 मिस्टर जितेंद्र कुमार गिरी।
I have not received a copy. Yes, I am just trying to.
You need some time. जानते हो ना क्या?
जी 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 जी।
वो सामने देखना समझ क्या लिखोगे?
रिमाइंडर फाइल करने के लिए टाइम है।
I am appearing on behalf of private dispute.
The Sultan starts in learned advocate for the state to sign counter across the board. Let me take the copy of such affidavit has been handed over to the classes of the petitioner only in court. Today only in court. So, the counsel for the petitioner needs some time to go through the same and respond if necessary. For the opposite purpose, he seeks a short accommodation. बार-बार रिपीट नहीं करेंगे।
जी।
3 कर दिया जाता है।
15 दिसंबर।
नंबर जो भी है कितना नंबर?
7।
आपका नाम क्या है?
British।
Section 23 मिस्टर अरुण कुमार सिंह।
For crossing of annexure 2 whereby the PD's license has been cancelled, the block supply officer on the basis of
page
annexure 2 below, starting from page 37 below. The block supply officer has taken the statement of altogether 15 to 20 persons, my lord, on the basis of the complaint 15%. On that basis, my license has been cancelled. It doesn't appear feasible, my lord. I have filed the so-cause in which the statement of most of the persons who have given the statement before the block supply officer has been annexed by me, my lord. They have in their affidavit has categorically said that no, nothing, not of such type has been done by this is only the allegation against me. Because I have annexed in my so-called, I have annexed the affidavit of persons, Milord, who have given the statement before the block supply officer, Milord, which runs in NHO 1, Milord, and the statement of few Asha Devi, Milord, thereafter Kishori Devi, all these persons who had given a statement before the block supply officer has categorically denied. And this is the basis of my cancellation of license block.
Yes, Your Honor.
Page 40 primary. Just for illustration. कहीं और का है तो हम देखेंगे ये जो इसको डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. Come to item number 15, Lucky Devi. Right? इनके कार्ड में यूनिट 4 है. गेहूं 8 किलो, चावल 8 किलो 52 रुपए में मिलता है. फ्री वाला 15 किलो चावल मिला है. चना दाल मिलता है, जबकि यूनिट के अनुसार मुफ्त का राशन और नियमित राशन दोनों मिलाकर 40 किलो होता है और नियमित राशन का 52 रुपये होता है. तो 40 किलो होता है तो इसमें गेहूं 8 किलो 8 16 केजी केवल कहाँ लिखा है कि कितना यूनिट से जितना इनको मिलना चाहिए उससे कम मिला है.
This is entire proceeding is of COVID period, Your Lordship. उस समय there was certain
उसके हम we are not objecting to that. Where is the assessment? What was the unit? How has the licensing authority come to the conclusion that he has not been offering the requisite quantity of food grains and he is charging the correct amount from the beneficiaries? ये कैसे पता चलता है? केवल कह देना कि गलत है, सबका नाम लिख देना तो बड़ा मुश्किल है.
15-20 आदमी का नाम एक साथ जाकर बात करेंगे.
How has the appellate court dealt with it? Appellate authority dealt with it, not court.
No, similarly, nothing new has been added. They have mechanical.
kindly come to the prayer portion. This is not under challenge. This order is not under challenge.
Which order? What was that?
Technical.
Technically, Lordship will kindly see the prayer. That is not under challenge.
The order passed by the original authority. Must have missed his attention. We do not non-suit people on these grounds. Without even taking that ground, we don't. We are sitting here and Article 26 for different purpose, not for shutting out people. और मैटर से दिखाइए नेक्स्ट किया हुआ है उसको हमने ले लिया प्रेयर. Look at, if you find any statement with respect to that, then perhaps we can, because he has noted everything except the reason for him to come to a conclusion that he does not deserve to be retained as a license. Okay.
उसका reply लिखा जाएगा next year. That's clarify everything.
अच्छा.
How is reply to the allegation leveled against? Page number 12. Page number 11, next one. A vague type of reply, Your Lordship, altogether.
Vague का हम सबका उसके बाद affidavit भी लगा है statement.
Affidavit has no value, Your Lordships. That is
The
court of law.
वो तो ठीक है 15 की.
पहला जो लाल मुनि देवी है उनका affidavit है नहीं. अगर if he is on that affidavit.
पहला नहीं और.
The first complainant is Muni Devi, and her affidavit is not annexed, Your Lordship.
शोभा देवी बहुत लोगों का है.
रीजनिंग देखा ना कि सर इनकी एफिडेविट गलत है. हमारे पास जो इंक्वायरी है उससे मालूम होता है कि इनका काम है. एक कहीं भी अगर satisfaction उसका देख नहीं है. All these licensed holders, they are no good persons, but what to do?
Your Lordships, the date may be taken into consideration. ये 2020 का है, the date is 18/12/20, the first wave of COVID, and these PDS shops were the only gap between the government and the license.
No, we need satisfaction of the authority. Have you gone before the collector?
Yes, sir.
No.
All the
All
things.
File है, क्या लिखा है?
DM और कमिश्नर
क्या लिखा है?
कोई फर्क ऐड नहीं किए हैं
Was and everything was procedure was followed. That has been mentioned.
कुछ नया फाइंडिंग वो
Mr.
राकेश कुमार सिंह
Mr. Rakesh Kumar Singh, learned advocate for the petitioner, and Mr. Alok Ranjan for the state. The petitioner, the license of the petitioner has been cancelled. Which order has been affirmed by the appellate as well as the revisional authorities? The accusation against the petitioner is that he provided the beneficiaries with lesser amount of food grains to which they were entitled, and also charged more money than what was required of him as a licensed. Names of several beneficiaries, names of several agreed beneficiaries were also provided to the petitioner in the show cause notice to him. Though the petitioner is said to have replied that those beneficiaries have not supported the accusation, semicolon, rather they have refuted each and every charge against the petitioner as a license. But the statements were scrutinized by the licensing authority before passing the order. However, from the order we do not find any reason for him to have disagreed with the affidavits furnished by those beneficiaries who claimed that they were provided with the allotted commodity of food grain and were charged requisite price for the same. So apart from this also, apart from this also, we do not find anything in the order of licensing authority explaining the reason for the satisfaction that the license of the petitioner is required to be cancelled. Merely giving names of the beneficiaries whose statements were scrutinized by the licensing authority would not be sufficient for the order to be called a reasoned order. And to stop like a capital sentence. And if the original order is inexplicable, such defect cannot be remedied in appeal or in revision. For the aforementioned reasons, we are not inclined to sustain the orders included in the present petition. And we set all the three orders, and we set aside all the three orders. The matter is remitted to the licensing authority to give a fresh notice to the petitioner within a period of 30 days from the date of receipt of the production of a copy of this order, seeking his response. The petitioner shall be given reasonable opportunity to respond to the notice, and thereafter the licensing authority, after adverting to the reply filed by the petitioner, shall pass a final order within next 60 days, giving reasons in support of his conclusions. The petition stands allowed to the extent indicated. Allowed to the documents.
Sir, 24, Mr. Ravindra Kumar Singh.
Petitioner challenge the final merit list, Your Lordship, by Annexure 1 at page 9, Your Lordship.
Secretary by
Commissioner.
Sorry, Divisional Commissioner Department.
Your Lordship, I had applied under general category, I am EBC category.
That issue is now referable to, that issue can be decided by the Commissioner. Not in the hierarchy of appeal and revision courts, but otherwise. Instead of going to collector, you are now going to Commissioner. By way of a suitable complaint, no appeal, no revision.
डेट वेट लिख देगा 15 days 30 days.
I had given the representation also before DM.
No,
ये not understanding mistake. ना
रिपीट करने से हमें
नहीं समझ गए.
कलेक्टर की ऑर्डर है बिकॉज ही हेड्स दी कमिटी. आप जब ये पढ़ने आए ना तो इसकी जितनी इस पर केस लॉ है वो देख लीजिए. प्रावधान है कंट्रोल ऑर्डर ऑफ 2016 में कि एनी पर्सन अग्रीड बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ सिलेक्शन और द सिलेक्शन कैन कलेक्टर अंडर सेक्शन 32. An objection was raised by litigants and others that since the collector is part of the selection committee, therefore it is he would be sitting with a preconceived mind. That contention was never accepted, but there were several benches which directed the appeal to be filed before the commissioner. Now the government has come up with a notification that in such cases a complaint filed before the commissioner would obligate the commissioner to look into such issues. तो फिर आप यहाँ representation फाइल की मुश्किल है. तो बात समझने का प्रयास करिए.
अब राइट.
Say 26 MS Susmita Mishra.
Some time may be spent.
कौन आएगा?
Lordship, my remarks are subject to address.
Susmita Mishra and an advocate for the petitioner seeks permission to withdraw the application as the grievances of the petitioner has been dismissed as withdrawn.
Say 27 Mr. Arvind Kumar Singh.
First time बनाया. First time बनाया. एक up पर.
नहीं पहले नहीं.
First. Password. एक मिनट. If many cases are passed over in row, then we will be dismissing it. It's following calculation.
Say 28 Mr. Dhananjay Natiwari.
Pass over this case.
For the useful password.
Say 29 MS Susmita Mishra.
Say please the Lordship, annexure 1 at page 13 is viewed, the Lordship.
Election 1 at page 30.
Yes, the Lordship.
What is this?
The Lordship, this is a letter. This is a letter by the BDO to deposit the amount of SGR by way of.
आप सब द्वारा उठाए गए खाद्यान्न की मात्रा संबंधित प्रतिवेदन संलग्न रखी गई. साथ नहीं समझ में आया. फिर से पढ़िए. ये सचिव न्याय ग्रंथ है.
Your Lordship, it is a letter by the BDO, Your Lordship.
See what it means.
Actually, Your Lordship, one scheme of SGR.
हमको पहले समझने दीजिए.
सचिव न्यायिक जांच आयोग बिहार पटना का पत्राक के पत्राक कहीं नहीं लगा रहे तथा उप विकास आयुक्त शेखपुरा के पत्राक से कहीं नहीं हुजूर नोटिस के साथ
समूह से
उठाए गए खाद्यान्न की मात्रा से
संबंधित प्रतिवेदन संलग्न दिनांक इतना से इतना तक की गई है. साथ ही उक्त आशय का शपथ पत्र की मांग की जाएगी. अगर निर्देश आप जमा कर दें. ये आपको केवल सर्टिफाई करने के लिए कहा गया है कि जितना आपने उठाया है, जितना आपने लिफ्ट किया है, स्टॉक एंड सेल इट, उसकी विवरणी देनी है. आपको लौटाने नहीं कहा.
नहीं हुजूर, ये कह रहा खाद्यान्न की राशि नोटिस प्राप्ति के 2 दिनों के अंदर
मात्रा राशि कहाँ लिखता है?
लास्ट टाइम अतः निर्देश है कि उक्त अवधि में प्राप्त की खाद्यान्न की राशि.
तो आपने क्लैरिफिकेशन मांगा उनसे.
पहले बोला कि आपका लेटर भी नहीं एनेक्स करा. दैट इज व्हाट प्रिसाइजली माय सबमिशन है लॉर्डशिप.
What are these annexure 2 series?
Annexure 2 series, earlier I had approached this honorable court. Earlier a notice was issued, Your Lordship. This honorable court had passed an order that 10%.
What are they written in your counter affidavit? आपको बिना counter से please. आपने काउंटर फाइल किया. इनने काउंटर में क्या लिखा है?
काउंटर में मैंने लिखा है कि एक कमेटी फॉर्म हुई थी, उदय सिन्हा कमेटी, और उसमें तो आई वाज नॉट इवन हार्ड, Your Lordship.
लेकिन आप तैयार हैं इसमें? तैयार हो जाएंगे. कौन बहस करेंगे?
Your Lordship, Monday I have difficulty on Thursday.
But is 1st
of December. State 30, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Sinha.
Yes, state.
This order है कमिश्नर तक का ऑर्डर है। कमिश्नर का ऑर्डर में लिखते हैं कमिश्नर साहब क्या कि
लास्ट ऑर्डर है
जी 50 पेज 50
nobody appears in the petition that counter affidavit in the matter.
पर इसमें ऑर्डर में ही है।
हम नहीं कर सकते डिसाइड या तो डिसमिस नॉन प्रोसिक्यूशन
नो
करेंगे।
नो इसको आज पास ओवर कर देंगे।
State 31, Mr. Raghunandan Kumar Singh.
स्पेशल And if we fix 10 cases or 10 cases of ECI daily, then we will not pass over.
Yes.
Because we see that matters of 2018 and 19 are pending. Yes, Mr.
30
Your which item?
31
31. Yes.
Annexure 5 below, page 19, order of the Divisional Commissioner, Patna.
Order of
Divisional Commissioner, Patna. It is Divisional Commissioner.
divisional order है.
जी divisional order.
पाने का order था.
जी हुजूर annexure 1 है हुजूर. Annexure 1 page 13 below.
Original order दिखाइए क्या?
Annexure 1 page 13 below.
They refused to take so-called notes.
नहीं वो देखते हैं.
ये ऑर्डर में ही सर।
order पर आएंगे तब तो. ये गुस्से में लिखा हुआ है. अभद्र व्यवहार उनकी सजा में किया था इसीलिए उन्होंने नहीं किया.
My lord, this case may be remanded after the petitioner
अपील में क्या लिखा है? निवेदित है कि अपराधी द्वारा माह दिसंबर एवं जनवरी का भुगतान सवा कूपन राशन. ये क्या है? सब वही बात लिख देता है.
after revision, but those challenges against the order of cancellation could not be sustained. The legacy to the petitioner has shown to this court the contents of the order of cancellation of license to the petitioner by the licensing authority, which reflects that the notice was served upon him for the alleged / perceived bad behavior, indecent behavior of the petitioner earlier. So the additional charge against the petitioner appears to be of not depositing proof of supply of kerosene oil to the beneficiaries for the months of December 2016 and January 2017. Though it has been though the petitioner is alleged to have refused to accept the notice, but the petitioner denies the same. He had taken the matter in appeal. He had taken the matter to the appellate forum, where he is said to have that the notice could not be received because of his absence from the place of birth in connection with the marriage of his son. However, from the appellate order it appears that for the reason of the accusation against the petitioner of not giving regular supply of food grains and kerosene oil to the customers, to the beneficiaries, supplying lesser quantity for higher price, and not cooperating with the inspection. Not cooperating with the inspecting team.
However, from the appellate order, it appears that from the reason for the reason of accusation against the petitioner,
the order of cancellation of license has been sustained. In that context, we are of the view that the petitioner ought to be heard and his explanation to be taken into account. Without going into the correctness of the accusation and counter-accusation about notice having been issued to the petitioner and he not accepting the same, but preferring appeal and revision against the orders of cancellation, we set aside all the three orders including the present petition and remit the matter to the licensing authority to issue a fresh notice to our concern, fresh notice within either 30 days from the date of receipt of the production of a copy of this order, reasonable opportunity for him to respond, and then within 60 days order will be
Sir, 32 Mr. Rajiv Kumar Lal. Remedy of appeal available.
Mr. Rajiv Kumar Lal and counsel for the petitioner seeks to withdraw his application in order to enable the petitioner to prefer an appeal against the order of the licensing authority, whereby the license of the petitioner has been cancelled. So, should such an appeal be filed within a period of 1 month, within a period of 30 days, taken up over the order within 60 days.
Sir, 33 Mr. Rajiv Kumar Lal.
My Lord, in this case, my Lord, the petitioner had also exhausted the black authority order. इसमें अप्लाइड अथॉरिटी का भी ऑर्डर है, इसको रिवीजन में आफ्टर सब इसको
Say 35, Mr. Amrita Vijay.
May I please, my lords. My lords, kindly come to annexure 6, my lords. Page, my lords, 68, my lords, last page. Last 4 line of the order, my lords.
Page 16.
68, my lords, last page of the brief, my lords. Last 4 line, my lords. अनुमंडल पदाधिकारी दरभंगा सदर को निर्देश है कि अविलंब श्री नागेश्वर शाह के संस्कृत विद्यालय में दर्ज जनपति एवं उच्च विद्यालय योगियारा के पंजी में दर्ज
अपनी ये प्राधिकार से हमें क्या दिखा रहे हैं?
मैं लोग से
जी
जी इसी एक्ट का है।
कैंसिलेशन ऑर्डर दिखाइए, उसके बाद
नहीं वो मैटर नहीं है। मैं लोग और मैट्रिकुलेशन सर्टिफिकेट पर इनका हो गया लाइसेंस और उसी को हम कंप्लेन किए, उस पर कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। इनका 3 डेट ऑफ बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट
तो आप उस पर कुछ हुआ नहीं है?
कुछ नहीं हुआ। मतलब से उनका जुरिडिक्शन नहीं बनेगा। मतलब हम एप्लीकेंट नहीं थे, को वांटेड टू टाइप कर रही थे। My lords, only my lords, since direction is there, my lords, the estate has not complied, my lords.
The petitioner will neither be beneficiary attached to the shop of private respond number 6, nor a contender for grant of license has challenged the grant of license to private respond number 6 on various grounds, including the projected age of private respond number 6.
Date of birth, my lord, 3 date of birth are there.
This is not a public interest litigation where the question of locus would not, where the petitioner would not be confronted with the issue of locus. We do not find this petition to be maintainable at the instance of the petition is dismissed.
Alternative remedy, my lord.
कुछ withdraw करके जाते तो हम करते
withdraw कर लेते।
देना कुछ बहस के in order to agitate before an appropriate forum, बस इतना कर सकते। देखिए आपके some arguments, Mr. Ambit of Yad Lakitansi petitioner seeks permission to withdraw his application in order to agitate his claim before an appropriate authority, if so advised, dismissed as withdrawn.
Sir, 36, Mr. Vinay Kantamani Tripathi.
सीरियल नंबर 1 मेरा था पीडीएस फॉर्म का, रेस्पोंडेंट 6 का कर दिया, 17 फॉर्म का कर दिया।
The petitioner has challenged the appointment of respondent number 6, even though he was way down in the merit list as compared to
सिलेक्शन कमेटी का
सिलेक्शन करके भेजते हैं। नहीं मैं भेज देता हूँ, इश्यू तो लिखा ना दीजिए, बीच में रोक दिया। बोलिए फिर से क्या लिखा है?
The petitioner has challenged the appointment of respondent number 6.
The petitioner has challenged the grant of license to respondent number 6 on the ground that he was way down in the merit list as compared to the petitioner. In view of the controversy raised and also in view of the notification, so and so. So we will complain before the commission. हाँ सर, अच्छी डेट का टाइम नहीं। आप विदिन 15 दिन अगर आप सुटेबल कंप्लेंट करेंगे तो सबको सुनेंगे। प्राइवेट रिस्पॉन्ड नंबर 6 को भी दोषी जी, प्राइवेट रिस्पॉन्ड नंबर 6 का स्पष्ट।
Sir, 37, Mr. Vinay Kumar. Sir, 3 at page 26, the cancellation order. And the order could be passed on behest of the district
अच्छा, ये आपकी लाइसेंस कैंसिल हो गई, सूचना पत्र नहीं रखा था, प्रदर्शन पत्र नहीं पाया गया, उपभोक्ताओं को फैसलों को नहीं दिया और
कालाबाजारी के
यही सब काम है।
जी।
तो फिर इसके लिए अपील में गया?
जी
अपील में गया होगा?
जी, अपील में गए, रिवीजन भी गए।
और सब गए? फाइल किया इसमें? फाइल कब किया? आपको काउंटर मिला है?
काउंटर को
काउंटर एफिडेविट इन्होंने कामिल लफ्तर में फाइल किया है, और फिर ये the petitioner has not been served with a copy of the counter affidavit. Let it be served upon him, let it be served for the counsel for the petitioner to respond in case he deems it necessary. We need to defy on any date appropriate, any date of Thursday,
8th of December. Today 30th, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar.
Blood candidate may be taken up on Monday because he is not well. Much.
Say 39, Mr. Anand Kumar Bhaskar.
In the present case, petitioner is challenging Lord the order cancelling previous dealership license Lord and appellate order and also judicial order. तीनों जगह से हुजूर
All the orders are detailed order. वही आएगा जो ऑर्डर में है।
हुजूर केवल कोई रीजनिंग नहीं है।
by the next date, re-notify on 6 weeks.
Say 14, Mr. Divakar Upadhyay.
Come back after lunch. Ask gentlemen lawyers what will be taking up matters. Another matter will be taken up and thereafter again.
65 or 64 matter को pass over कर दीजिए.
Make a mention when the court reassembles after the lunch.
पाँच जनवरी 2020 तब पुकारिएगा ना केस था,
याद करेंगे.
अच्छा तो हम लोग नोट करें, तो हम लोग को फाइल के
आपके सिस्टम पे ट्रांसफर करेगा.
सिस्टम में कंप्यूटर सेट पर आ जाएगा.
ये था आप लोग भी पेपरलेस छोड़िए, डायरेक्ट आप बोलते रहेंगे.
तो वही सब होगा. ड्रैगन आ रहा है,
अभी क्या है
ड्रैगन क्या कहते हैं, वो सबस्यूम कर लेगा हम लोग सबको, वही लिखेगा. तो जैसे आप कहेंगे वो नोटिफिकेशन नंबर वो था, उसमें से कर दीजिएगा, उसमें 15 डेज, उसमें 60 डेज, तो ड्रैगन वो सब करेगा. एक जमाने में हमको याद है कि
Yes, Lordship. Yes, Lordship.
What's your name?
Akashdeep, sir. Akashdeep, Lordship. Akashdeep.
Mr. Akashdeep, learned advocate on instructions from Mr. Vikas Kumar Pankaj seeks permission to withdraw this application. Dismissed is withdrawn.
Cell 41, Mr. Santosh Kumar.
Yes. Mr. State Counsel, what is
on behalf of the petitioner. Counsel for the state is present. Re-notify 2 weeks.
8th of December. Section 42. Mr. Sivendra Lal Das.
Yes.
ये लाइसेंस के लिए अप्लाई किए थे पीटीएस कंपनी लाइसेंस के लिए, उनका सिलेक्शन हो गया, फीस भी चालान के थ्रू ले लिए, उसके बाद उनको लाइसेंस इशू नहीं कर, तब पता चला कि इनका जो नेम 2 पर था मेधा सूची में उस पर 3 पर दे दिया गया और 2 वैकेंसी
Who has been granted license? You don't know.
वही तो
Who has been granted? How do you say that you have come to know that your ranking has been reduced and you have gone at 3rd position? How do you know that?
एसडीओ के पास हम दिए हैं, मतलब
Has he responded? Then your information is based on nothing.
4 मेरा दे दिया गया।
Let us see what Mr. क्या कहा है ये तो बताइए ना।
इनका मेरिट लिस्ट में नीचे जिन लोगों को दिया गया है, एक्चुअली माइनर कंडीशन काम कर रहा है।
Please go to the counter affidavit. The reason is that if you do not follow to the first 3-4 places in the merit list, perhaps the chances are dim. Because otherwise people
मैंने पहले मेरा 2 पर था।
you have to respond to this. Let's see. You get a copy of the counter affidavit sent from the counsel for the petitioner only today. The counsel for the petitioner wishes to go through the same and respond if necessary, and rejoin if deemed necessary. For the aforesaid purpose, he seeks a short adjournment. Re-notify 1 week.
1st of December.
2 weeks।
2 weeks.
8th of December. Section 43. Mr. Sanjeev Verma.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The petitioner challenges, my lord, the order dated 18/8/18, my lord. It was passed by DM for my lord. Whereby the appointment of the petitioner was cancelled, my lord. And he was replaced by respondent number 8, my lord, Rajan Kumar. PTS licensee, my lord.
And what is your reason, Mr. आप देखा नहीं है कि कौन काउंटर एफिडेविट? आप बताइए क्या रीजन है? Why was it cancelled? Let us see the order.
शो कॉज भी नहीं दिया गया।
Page.
पेज है हुजूर 47।
He was sitting in this courtroom for
24।
So what is the challan deposited by you to have the license? Where is the order?
Annexure लगता है, Annexure 7 है हुजूर। उसके अब नेक्स्ट पेज में लगता है पेज ठीक नहीं।
ये कहाँ का है? अनुमंडल का नाम?
छातापुर है हुजूर, छातापुर में।
नहीं,
जीवशपुर my lord.
get ready and then pass it to don't want such kind of progression.
Okay, madam. Section 44. Mr. Manoj Kumar.
Please, you know, the pendency of the writ application of the writ petitioner died, and for that an IE application has been filed on behalf of legal heirs for substitution of name, my lord. In paragraph 6 of
The licensee, he died when?
died on 3rd of March 2020.
Why do you want to substitute him with his heirs? There must be some reason. Is he a licensee of 2016 order?
My lord,
Prior to that, my lord, the license number is of year 2007.
So therefore, control order 2001, what benefit it will give to you?
My lord, as per the new act, my lord, there is provision to grant license
To validate.
under Rule 10 of this
That's right.
current rule
So to
on compassion, my lord. But the impediment with regard to this petitioner is that his father died after attaining the age of 60 years.
There was no purpose to be served. You want, we will infringe and then reject it.
The petitioner may granted liberty to file a fresh application for grant of license.
That you will do, and your case will be considered as per the advertisement. You don't have a case here. Why do you want to unnecessarily continue the litigation? We will allow this prayer of yours.
कृपया चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें.
From where
Please subscribe my channel.
Only clause 11 of the Act. There is a further circular which says that these provisions shall apply, not mutatis mutandis, it shall apply properly God.
My lord.
Then
My lord, the one ground is that, my lord, the action taken against this writ petitioner, my lord, is without affording any opportunity of hearing or issuing any notice, my lord.
even if we set aside that order, does it help you? I mean, would you be granted license? No. You will apply for grant of
Fresh license, my lord.
license on compassionate ground that shall be rejected in view of the circular and the provisions containing clause 10.
My lord.
This wrong understanding is causing this filing of cases in large numbers.
My lord, after death of the writ petitioner, my lord,
आप नहीं समझ रहे हैं. ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो है वो कंपैशनेट ग्राउंड पे हमें मिल जाएगा, इसलिए इसको हम रिवाइव करा रहे हैं. ये गलत सोच है, वैसा नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि वो सारी जो सेक्शन 10 में जो भी
rules 10 prohibits, my lord.
है उसमें कोई चेंज नहीं होगा, तो वैसे भी एज फैक्टर करवा जाएगा.
My lord.
तो कंटिन्यूटी का लाभ नहीं उठा पाएंगे. दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू कम्युनिकेट. तब कंटेस्ट करेंगे.
My lord, only a liberty, my lord, to file a fresh application for grant of license, my lord.
Who prevents you? Who prevents you?
Nobody prevents, my lord, but the writ
So
pending before, my lord.
You be in the lookout whenever they advertise. You file your papers, make an application.
My lord.
नहीं है इसका. देखिए, the writ petitioner, the licensee of the control order of 2001 died during the pendency of this petition. An attempt has been made by the legal counsel for the petitioner to have him substituted by the legal heirs, the details of whom have been provided in the interlocutory application number 1 of 2021. However, considering the fact position of this case, where even if the substituted heirs succeed in getting the order of cancellation forced, it would not inure any benefit to them, as provisions of section 10 for grant of license on compassionate ground,
Rule 10, my lord.
for grant of license on compassionate ground would not apply to the cases of the substituted heirs. After having heard this, the legal counsel for the petitioner does not press the IEA number 1 of 2021 or the petition, but seeks an observation that in case fresh advertisement is issued for filling up the position, and any one of the substituted heirs, any one of the proposed petitioners would apply. The fact that the license of late Mr. Umesh Singh alias Umesh Prasad Singh was cancelled would not come in the way of their getting the license. Right. The petition is dismissed as withdrawn with the liberty with the aforementioned note. Section 46, Mr. Manish Kumar, number 2.
The petitioner is selection.
let us see what is the matter. It's on the page where it can be referred. Yes.
Annexure 5, page 24.
Tell us what is the matter, then we will draw the attention.
This petitioner was an applicant for PDS license of Millards. His application was considered and he was allotted rank 1 among the applicants, 3 applicants.
Then what happened?
Then the private respondent who figured at serial number 2 made a claim that she has a certificate of DC and ADC.
You have compressed it to you have impleted that person second in the merit list and who has now been granted license.
My lord.
Is she Rupa Kumari?
My lord.
Spot number 5?
My lord.
Alright. Why do you say that wrongly your license was cancelled or your claim was non-suited and 5 was granted?
My lord, 2 things. Lord. First, that this Rupa Kumari didn't mention this.
That's with respect to her candidature.
My lord.
Now, why were you not considered despite your being at number 1 slot? What is the reason?
My lord, because Rupa Kumari claimed that she had certificate of DC and DCA and
higher
ADC.
qualification.
My lord. And
Higher qualification in computer or general academic qualification?
computer.
So therefore you say that there is a wrong understanding of the authority. Computer, any high qualification is computer is not relevant. Is that so?
No,
What is the requirement? Academic qualification or computer qualification?
Only computer qualification.
No. Suppose everything is similar. Then what happens?
Age.
If age is also not on anybody's favor, then what happens? Where is that provision?
Marks. 9-5. Rule 9 sub rule 5.
Just give us a minute. Someone get marks. The applicant having computer knowledge shall be given priority. Quality computer knowledge with the higher qualification. So higher qualification, computer qualification is not something we're looking for. Higher, suppose both are computer savvy, both are computer literate. In that case, one is not going to see, the agency is not going to see who has a better degree or from a better university. Now, if both are computer literate, then perhaps a greater academic, better academic qualification is taken into account. आपके केस में वो हुआ है?
I was, if that DCA, ADCA thing is
Let us see, it will take a lot of time.
my lord.
Why can't you be absolutely ready with the facts?
Lord,
in your
that,
case? One petition
my lord,
is,
it was stated in the advertisement itself that people, applicants with DCA and ADCA will be given.
Are we asking you for that?
My lord,
Even otherwise, even if it were not in the advertisement, we are looking at clause 9.
my lord.
Now, tell us why the decision is wrong. Where have you stated?
My lord,
Anyway, perhaps that is the reason. We are sending it back to the commissioner. Take up. Heard, Mr.
Avinash.
Heard, Mr. Avinash Kumar Singh, learned advocate for the petitioner, Mr. Alok Ranjan for the state. The petitioner, though was ranked first in the merit list for being considered for grant of license under the PDS scheme, but ultimately respondent number 5 was granted the license. So this was because of a complaint made by private respondent number 5 before the selection committee regarding the computer ability of the petitioner. The lead counsel for the petitioner submits that both the petitioner and respondent number 5 are computer literate, and in that event, the committee was only required to see who had better qualification, who had better academic qualification. That respondent number 5 had a higher qualification in computer ability, was not to be taken into account for not suiting the petitioner.
Your Lordship, that was not the issue. The issue was that computer certificate for computer literacy, there was some merit points were given. Of respondent number 5, it was not taken into consideration. That is why her merit point was below. Only that, to that, and when that was added.
It's the same thing.
The learned counsel for the petitioner submits that both the petitioner and the respondent number 5 are computer. That is one number 5. My Lord, my Lord. The Honorable Counsel for the petitioner submits that both the petitioner and respondent number 5 are computer literate, and in that event the committee was only required to see who had a better academic qualification. That respondent number 5 had higher qualification in computer ability was not to be taken into account for non-suiting
the petitioner and granting license to respondent number 5 instead, who was below merit list, who was below the petitioner in the merit list which was prepared initially. So in view of the controversy raised and in the light of the notification of the government, the matter is referred to Commissioner of the division, Global Division of Agriculture, where within 15 days will file a suitable complaint, and within 30 days after hearing all the stakeholders, we have especially asked for respondent number, number 6 to be heard because the order has been passed in Halifax.
6 case at 3 p.m. Killer 1 and Sunil Kumari.
Yes, Mr.
Lords, of course, my lords have directed the officer who headed that SIT to be present here with all the police papers. My lords have advised the senior superintendent of police also, who had also deeply supervised the case. So,
That's right. Can we have the police papers?
yes.
Have you fled from where you have proceeded on the premise that nobody is to be found?
Sir, not exactly, sir.
Come in front.
Not exactly, sir, but whatever attempts we have done to find out the culprit, sir, we have marked each one of them, sir.
Could you get the names of those persons?
Sir, no, sir. We examined almost 90 females, sir, whose stay had overlapped with that of the victim, sir, and we took all of their statements and got them recorded under 164. And in that, sir,
That you have said. And therefore you have charge sheeted only one person, the superintendent was overall in charge.
yes, sir, the one thing that kept on emerging was that of Vandana Gupta, and hence that is why, sir.
You don't have to take the name.
Sir, the accused, sir, the superintendent.
Even then.
Sir, sorry, sir. So, so on the basis of that only, sir, we charge sheeted her because the victim statement, sir, that only found corroboration in statement of 3 other residents of the Gaiva shelter.
See, why we are skeptical about the investigation having been conducted properly. We are not passing any comment. This is just the tentative opinion of the court. Don't get disheartened, both of you. Now we find that it was a very, very big offence, gender-related offence, especially against hapless women who were lodged in that aftercare home or whatever. Mr. Advocate, please take this. Now, the person who gave the interview, which actually kick-start all this debate, she's not the only person who is the victim, right? So there would be many others. How many of them have been interviewed by you, interrogated by you? What information did you cull out? And did you ask for any did you put the superintendent to a special interrogatories? But we don't get satisfied. The occurrence has taken place in the capital under the nose of the High Court, and up till now you have been able to point towards any finger towards only one. And to tell you a fact, she being a lady, we find that she could only have been a facilitator. That's right. So she has facilitated whom? So therefore we find that this investigation is absolutely lopsided. We don't know, we have not seen the papers. You do one thing. You have submitted the charge sheet?
Yes, sir. So there are 2 FIRs and 1 charge sheet has been submitted, 17.
Give 2 copies. We can always have a copy. We can give a copy. We will go through the
We find that there is something lacking in your report. What's yours? Investigating agents.
Sir, if I may just elucidate everything that we have done so far, sir. So we took the.
Are you satisfied?
Sir,
with this kind of allegation, with this large spectrum of the victims, are you satisfied that only one person you could lay your hands upon? We are not asking you to frame others who are not there. We are not asking you to do that. We are even not asking you to expand the scope of investigation. Not at all. But if you as an investigator, as the head of the investigating team, each member team, if you are satisfied that all this happened only because of the facilitator and nobody could get any access to the home and could meet the girls, then I don't think we are on the same page.
Sir, so far what we have done to get to those culprits, sir, if at all something like this had happened, so we took the FSL team to examine the entire premises.
Why I'm cutting you short? Now these processes are known.
Sir.
You will have FSL report. You will ask for, you will take a person, you will request for custodial remand and whatever.
Sir.
We know that process.
Sir.
We are only asking you about your satisfaction that this kind of an occurrence has taken place and this is not a new one.
Sir.
And you could not, you don't have a clue who were part of it. Just that.
Sir, whatever processes we had followed, we did everything, sir. In fact, sir, our sole basis of everything that has happened so far are the statements of those two victims, sir. Now, one of these victims, sir, gets released from aftercare home, sir. The victim of FIR 1322, sir. She gets released from the aftercare home on 5/8/2021, and after 1.5 years, sir, she alleges these complaints, and the FIR of 1321 does not hint at any sexual exploitation.
Look,
and secondly,
please don't proceed on those lines.
Sir.
I'll advise you don't proceed on those lines.
Sir.
The very tenor of your explanation says that you're not believing the accusation. If that is so, then charge is bad.
No, sir, absolutely not, sir.
So therefore, don't say that.
Sir.
If you find the accusation to be correct,
Sir.
what have you done to extend your arms to reach those targets? Now, if you say that the statement is made after 1 year, that means you can.
Sir.
There could be tutored statements. I don't say that it cannot be.
Sir.
But these are two different strands in the investigation. Should you find the accusation made by the women to be bad, to be not acceptable, that's one stand. If you say this, that there was considerable time lag when the matter was reported and when they were subjected to such misdemeanor.
Sir, actually, sir, because of that, the statements are vague, sir. And even when, sir, not just that, we tried reaching out to girls of shelter home who were released from the shelter home at that point in time, sir. And sir, from time to time, inspections had been carried out at the shelter home. And we have got a report of all those inspection notes also, sir.
Satisfy us. We'll have to go through.
With the permission of the court, sir?
Yes.
Very good afternoon, sir. Sir, I have personally supervised this case from the very beginning, sir. All the supervision notes were issued by me, sir. The accusations that came, sir, upon the basis of that the affairs were registered, sir. Then, in order to enhance the scope of the investigation, and in order to check out whether this thing was taking place on large scale or not, sir, we had identified all the inmates of the aftercare home, sir. A total of 97 of them were identified. Some of them who used to live at the time when both the victims. Yes. So we specifically requested the Honorable District Judge Patna to provide us with judicial magistrates, sir. He was kind enough. All the lady judicial magistrates were deputed, sir. They went to the aftercare home, and in environment of complete neutrality, in the absence of all the police officers or in the absence of the superintendent, and all the 164 statements were recorded, sir. Then all the corroborative evidence in the form of FSLs, everything was done. So throughout the investigation, sir, we got only 7 adversarial 164 statements against the culprits, sir. Incriminating, sir. Out of that, only 5 alleged physical assault or the bad quality of the food, and only 2 of the inmates. One of them alleged sexual exploitation of her along with 3 other girls by 4 unknown elderly people, sir. And one of them just gave a general statement. She was deaf and mute, sir. We arranged a translator. We requested the sub-divisional magistrate, translation was arranged, and that statement was recorded in English, sir. So, when we have only 2 adversarial statements, and there are only 164 statements citing sexual exploitation, sir. So, one of the girl, the victim.
Adversarial state, I'm just checking you.
Sir, sir.
Adversary means the other side.
Yes. Implementing, sir. So, upon the basis of that statement, sir, she alleged that she, along with 3 other inmates, she used to be smuggled out of the aftercare home, and 3 to 4 elderly people used to exploit.
This is a statement of us that caught our attention as members of the committee.
Sir. But at the same time, sir, because we had taken the statement of all the possible inmates who were present at that point of time, sir, none of the other inmate alleged and corroborated this statement, sir. Then again, sir, we have recorded that in diary also in order to corroborate her allegations. The victim who had given the incriminating statement, we asked her about the identity of the people and if she had any clue about it. She was not able to come with any clue. In fact, one point of time, she even didn't want to corroborate her statement after recording the 164 statements, sir. So even CCTV footage, sir, the forensic examination of the place, it was very
complicated. And when was the CCTV seen? When was it taken in possession?
When the case was taken over by SIT, sir, but that is the fact that only 7 days CCTV footage is available as
any report about the footage having been tampered with?
No, sir, no such report, sir.
Did you put it to such test? Did you have it? Did you have a certificate of the expert?
65 Indian Evidence Act certificate was taken.
No. Did you have a certificate of an expert that it has not been tampered with? It's all intact.
We just took the.
See, you could take possession of the. SIT could take possession of it only after 7-8 days.
Yes, sir.
When the matter had flashed in the newspapers.
Yes, sir.
Right. The superintendent had not been removed.
Yes, sir.
All other functionaries were there.
Sir.
So 7 days. Is there any statement in your investigation paper that the CCTV footage was intact, inviolate? It has not been tampered with.
That is only the standard language that we have in 65 Indian Evidence Act.
That's with respect to the evidence which you collect.
Yes, sir.
And to be admissible, you need to follow 65B.
Yes,
they are on a different issue altogether.
Yes.
Right? So we have serious doubts that if you base your information and investigation only on the CCTV footage, perhaps you are being misled.
So the matter of the fact is that because it was only 7 days of CCTV footage, so the incidents which was alleged, we do not have CCTV footage of that.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. You can't
because only 7 days back is available.
Look here, you can't parry the question of the bench. You have understood it. You have been an investigator. You are a police officer. You know about investigation better than the court.
Yes.
We can only find faults. But don't parry this question. Now the first thing an investigator does is he takes control of the CCTV.
Sir.
And the second thing he does is to see whether it has been kept intact or it has been tampered with. This is how the investigation proceeds in these kinds of cases. Otherwise, what is the purpose of keeping CCTVs? There is no surveillance then. So you take control of it after 7 days.
Sir.
Not that you had swung into action without the victims and without the perpetrators of the crime being in know of it. It was all in newspapers. So I think the first step of the SIT would have been the correct step to see whether the CCTV footage is intact. It has not been deleted. It has not been tampered with. Is there a certificate? This is not 65B certificate. No, you have not done. You have not applied your mind to it. You have not applied your mind. I think both of you are understanding what the question is doing. Now you say that now this statement is not coming from the victim and this is a delayed statement, so far so good. These offences will keep on happening. You're not only an investigator, all of us are part of the citizenry of this country. I get pained. I don't know why you are so stoic about it.
Besides, sir, we have completed the mobile forensics, sir, of all the available data that was there, sir. The whole forensic team examined the whole of the
medical test for all that.
Sir.
Now, if something happened, say 15 days ago,
sir, the
girl musters up the courage to speak after say 30 days.
Sir.
and the matter has been taken cognizance of in the sense, in the loose sense of the term, that you have investigated the matter.
Yes.
Would you be only looking for medical evidence?
No, sir, we have done
Unless there is immediate, unless there is some physical onslaught immediately preceding the report.
Yes.
You will not be looking for the medical evidence only.
So we have taken the scientific evidence on record also. Like we had a 400 page forensic examination report of the.
1,000 pages, if it doesn't satisfy the conscience, if it doesn't satisfy the reader, what worth it is of?
And all of the forensics, mobile forensics.
How many people did you interrogate?
So we interrogated all the staff, the
How many
paramedical
people?
staff.
Give us the number of heads.
Numbers plus all the security guards also. Sir.
Security guards also, sir. 90 people who 160 was taken. Apart from that, 40 plus 20 plus the guards.
And all of them feigned ignorance. They said it's all right. We didn't see anything.
Sir.
That's exactly it.
So throughout investigation, we had only to do 164 incriminating statements. 164 statements. And all other.
We can't even tell you to. Manufacture. Nobody can tell you to manufacture evidence. But they are not satisfied. We see the entire investigation. They are not satisfied. And you have been able to charge it only one. A female, a superintendent.
So the one who could have been the
And how did she facilitate?
Sir, according to the statements of the victim, sir, it was said that she is the one who took share of the money of the wrongdoing
From whom?
that happened. From the exploiters.
Who are those? You
Sir,
couldn't
we
get
tried
any
to
names.
certain. No, sir, we did not get names out of it.
Who will accept this report as correct? I don't think the Chief Judicial Magistrate, of whatever ilk he is, he will accept this report. You may be satisfied. Who can be satisfied that you have found that the superintendent was facilitating the entry of predators who masqueraded as relatives, and then the women were sedated and they were raped?
So we took the help of counselors also, sir. The professional counselors, they were also taken to the scene so that.
Not even one. This is surprising. Not even one. Well, if you are satisfied, we look at the papers and we send you directions. But we are not satisfied at the moment. How could this be? How could this be? Then perhaps your accusation against the superintendent also is bad.
So that we have mentioned in the
And
memo of
not that
evidence.
people from overseas were facilitated in entering the home. Must have been people from around.
We exhausted all manual and technical input that we could at that point.
We have submitted
No, they are not recording anything.
evidence.
They will not say that this report is very, very perfunctory, though it may run in 500 or 600 pages, but we are not satisfied. We will record that only one person who has been found worth trying is the superintendent, who is a lady. Her role is only that of a facilitator. Think of it. Just think of it, and the response should come from you.
So we had also examined the bank accounts, all the possible
Are
transactions
you
that could
willing
happen.
to go for a further investigation?
In case of relevant facts come up, definitely sir, under 173
Let me tell you what
CRPC.
relevant facts are from your reports only.
Sir, sir.
You're not seeing it with a discerning eye. We might end this litigation by saying that this is the report, but we are not thoroughly dissatisfied. If that suits you, it's all right. But then we'll be falling short of our duty as judges.
Sir, we are ready for any further investigation, sir. We have exhausted.
On what lines?
Sir.
Please, if you have exhausted your reserves,
Sir.
it doesn't speak very good of the policing.
Sir.
You tell us, where have you faltered, and in which direction should you proceed now? You tell us.
Sir, just
instead of us telling you, then we completely reject the veracity of your proper policing and investigation, and we give you our own direction without monitoring the investigation. Unless you come up yourself, I'm just repeating it all over again.
Sir.
Not not the first time where shelter home inmates have been violated physically. It's not the first time. And then the shelter home in question located at Patna. There were many interviews when the matter was reported. There was some time lag between action and the report. And then you have been able to find one lady superintendent. Now, if you put all your facts within these 4 parameters, I think nobody, not even your own department, would say that you've done a good job.
Sir, we have not got the access to the 164 statements, CRP statements of both the victims. In that case, sir, perhaps
not as investigators,
we were not allowed to.
Not only as investigators, and precisely for this reason you have been nominated as the head. You have that sensitivity with you for your gender. It's not done.
So in fact, sir, just to ensure that the victims are not harassed or anything, so we were even ready to take the statement of the 161 statement of the victim wherever she felt comfortable. Sir, and entirely throughout
that's something which is given.
Sir,
can you do anything beyond that?
Absolutely not, sir. And exactly that is why, sir, the whole basis, sir, the reason why this case is coming to place.
I have given you 4 corners. Put your work within that corner and assess yourself.
Sir,
we are not going to say anything for the reason that we don't know whether you have made good efforts. We don't know. If we make that statement, that would be bad. Now you find out yourself where actually you have faulted, and this is no way of policing. This is no way of investigation and policing in the first instance. How did it happen? You have to be the showstopper. I'm sorry, you're not taking it to a logical conclusion. We know our limitations. We are not here to monitor your investigation. The power to investigate is plenary with you, with police. All these nuances of law we all know. Therefore, Mr. Advocate General is not even objecting to it. I'm only asking the question repeatedly. What gives you this satisfaction that you have done your work?
So one more submission.
I'll tell you what. Sir. You go through the reports.
Sir.
Find out in what way you could make a headway. And in case you require any further investigation, come out with necessary reasons. We will permit you. We will direct, because this is under Article 226 and we are taken slow motor notice. But it should come from you. If we tell you anything, you would perhaps clamor that the investigation is being monitored. No, we are not monitoring the investigation.
With the permission
we can do that. We can do that, but we are not doing it for the moment.
Sir. So one last question. Yes. Sir, in order to get more proof, sir, once we came across the 164 CRPC statements, what we did, sir, we got all the costing reports, sir, because these inmates are regularly constant also, sir.
If your intentions were to investigate it properly and take it to a logical conclusion, you don't have 5 charge sheets straight away. Was she in jail?
No, sir, she was arrested, sir.
She was arrested. Now, this would require 60 days to file charge sheet. She wouldn't have been in jail for 60 days. Where was the hurry? Where was the hurry? Nobody would have questioned you about 167 too. And we get an impression that you have deliberately pulled the curtain down before time.
The scope of further investigation will always be there, sir.
So we have further investigation. How will you do? You must know, for the sake of following the precedent, you would seek further permission from the chief. Both the cases have ended in final report. One case is still pending.
Sir, one case went up lack of evidence.
She did corroborate her.
That's clueless.
No, lack of evidence, sir. Sir. She didn't corroborate her statement, sir.
For how long have you investigated? No,
Sir, I've been the eye of the case since February, sir.
That's right. Mr. Advocate General, we are absolutely convinced. If they say that there is no evidence, we can't fill in the gaps. But we will record that this is absolutely unsatisfactory. And I will just give you 4 corners, the dotted lines, and let any authority put these facts in between that square and say whether they have done a good job. and I'm unhappy. Let them come out. You read the papers again. Apply your investigator's mind. Don't be under any stress of any kind. Now, a guilty is no amount of pressure should deviate you from your duty. Whoever he is, however high he may be. You must. ये तो बेकार की कहानी है ना कि कानून के हाथ बहुत लंबे हैं और सबके ऊपर है, ये तो कहानी है। ये कहानी है। If we can't remedy the wrongs, if a person comes to the court, what is the use of all these robes? Likewise, what is the use of all your dress and all the paraphernalia and all the hierarchy that you are working in? If you can't investigate a simple case, कोई espionage का तो केस है नहीं है, बहुत लोगों से तो पूछना तो है नहीं इसका।
Not say in fact, while interacting with them,
let them, sir, Mr. Advocate General, let them come on the next day and tell this court that they have again gone through the investigation because nothing more can be done. Then we shall apply our mind. Let you make a statement that this is all, nothing beyond. This was the end. Make that statement, then we find out where would you, how would you end. That's not done. You get hold of all the 164 statements, question them again. ऐसा क्यों होगा कि facilitator उसको क्यों बना दिया?
In fact, Lords, I think this is my, because only two of the inmates made that in their statement under 164 about the complicity of the superintendent. I think that is the solitary evidence that is against that
woman. But it was required to be investigated. Anybody saying anything would not do.
No.
Or then perhaps if that was a wrong statement, that was a knee-jerk reaction of a woman who perhaps was not very well placed.
On that,
because I can understand that these two inmates were not given good things to eat. They were not allowed to go out by the superintendent. They might have that knee-jerk reaction against the superintendent. Well, she's bad. No, this happens. But then why did you accept that accusation?
Yeah, what has happened, Lord, is just right. Lords, those two inmates made the complaints against the lady with respect to the sex, facilitating the sexual harassment as well as with respect to the qualities of food and now, as ASP Lord said, one among those two said that altogether 3 other inmates were on. They interrogated those three completely denied. So far, this bad food and this Lord, that was found to be corroborative, and therefore we have recommended for action to the department.
See the reports. In the meantime, you also go through the papers and find out.
Department about that food quality and something hanky-panky between the contractor.
Take it into account that this could have been the reason for them to complain. And exaggeration. But then, here's what you have to say.
And more than this, even the guards are saying that visitor used to come because they were accused guests, they never used to make the interest. Those are there in the case diary and the police report that are all the clues your lordship is saying is almost is here. But it has to be, the scope has to be widened.
We are giving you 1 week time. Please sit over the report. Tell us honestly that you can't do any further. We will close the chapter. We will record our dissatisfaction. We will close the chapter. If that satisfies you about your, about your responsibility as a police officer, go ahead. We will do what we can. Without putting you in any trouble, we will do what we can. That's very early today, so we close for today. Give us 2 copies of the entire police papers. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
hand it over to the court master. He will, because so fast we will go through it. Let us do some work. Pursuant to the orders dated 21/11/2002, the Senior Superintendent of Police Patna and
ASP Sachivalaya,
name and Ms. Kamya Mishra, ASP Sachivalaya, who has headed the team of investigators in this case, are present with police papers. We don't write that we are dissatisfied.
no, right now.
Right now we don't. Police papers. We need to examine the police papers before accepting the end report that no clue could be found about anybody except the superintendent of the aftercare home, who has been shown as a facilitator in the final analysis. This court has also interacted with the police officers above named and has asked them to again examine the police papers in order to find some headway in the investigation so that the matter is not given an indecent quietus. We are at a loss to understand that one person, a female, who was the superintendent of the aftercare home, has been charge sheeted for the offences for which the FIR has been lodged. Obviously as a facilitator, then where is the justification of not reaching the culprits who took the help of the facilitator? We are not ready to accept the situation. The head of the investigating team and the senior superintendent of police shall be present on the next day with their suggestions as to how, with the roadmap to further investigation as to how to reach the culprits. We notify which date. Give us you can have a choice of dates. It has to be a Friday. It has to be a Thursday. Next to next week. Some homework.
30th. 2 weeks.
Today is what day?
24th.
24th. So we keep it on 8th of December. Re-notify on 8th of December at 3 p.m. Alright, thank you, Mr. We are rising early. Inauguration of paperless court. This will be one of the paperless courts.
In coming days, we have to be aware.
No, we will be requesting the learned advocates not to use paper. They can have their own device. We will also be asking our court staff.
What about us? Who don't know even to forward?
We will give you a technician. You will be facilitated. There will be a computer placed there.
At least still when sitting with the boarding lawn.
हाँ भाई सर, बस बोल रहे हैं